Here we go, everybody. We are live on the JAKIB Sports Network here, live from the city of brotherly love. The people are packed in all around us. Krause, what a moment this is. We've been here since 4:45 in the morning, setting up, and here we go. Now you have the entire city of Philadelphia packed in, waiting for the Eagles to process down Broad Street.
Yeah, it really is an unbelievable scene, and for all of you who may have been here back in after they won the Super Bowl 52, this is a great memory, but you are 15, 20, 25 rows deep from street to sidewalk. Yep. To all of the protective rails. What a day it is going to be in the city of Philadelphia as we are getting ready to get started today. Super excited to be here. We're loaded. We're for bear. We've got our content creators. Emily and Isabel are here today. It is just going to be a great day.
It's going to be it's already been a great day. I already feel like it's been a great day, and just the energy in the city, the excitement in the city. Boy, these fans deserve this. These fans deserve this. They're the best fans in the world. I don't say that as a cliche, everybody. These are the best fans in the world when it comes to sports fans. And you can tell on a day like today, they're packed in at the gills. I got JAKIB viewers here. We got more JAKIB viewers down here. Slagger, Flexen, and Steppins here. We got all of our great people here at the parade. So I have a couple different camera angles I will show you guys today.
By the way, I don't know if he realized it, but when Joe Whipp showed up here today,
yeah, he's been put to work.
I don't know if Joe realized we were going to put him to work, but big shout out to Joe Whipp, who really jumped in and really helped Jerry Davis and Mary Davis. Yep. Just really phenomenal. So
I'd
great
also like to
him.
give a shout out to Jerry and Mary Davis for what we are on right now. Now, people think, if you think we're buried in the crowd down here at the parade, everybody, that is not. We are sitting up. We are on a big, long, flatbed truck, and in front of us is the view that you see there on your screen. And I'll give you another view here of the people, okay, and where they are in relation to us. So check that out there, and you can see all of the people who are right in front. In fact, why don't we get them to do an Eagles chant right now? All right. Everybody, I need an Eagles chant. The best Eagles chant of the day. Ready? E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles!
All right.
Look at that, everybody. Look at that.
Really good stuff.
You know, we got a great crowd here, a lot of energy. We're right off Broad Street here, right down Broad and Market. So
well, just let me set the stage for those watching from home. So we are on the south side of City Hall. So directly straight down Broad Street is where the parade will begin down at Lincoln Financial Field. Yep. They will come directly right at us, and then they will take a hard left and then whip around the front side of City Hall and make their way over to the Parkway. So it is going to be a long journey down the south side of Broad Street. I imagine they're going to get to us somewhere in that 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock area is what I'm anticipating, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, you know how it is. Timelines never go, but the energy here is unbelievable. I mean, it's palpable in the air, and you know, we're excited to do it, man. How cool is this, by the way? Father-son sitting here at an Eagles parade up on a broadcast with millions of fans around us. What a cool moment this is for us.
And what a cool season it was. I mean, it was absolutely. I saw a great note that Sal Pal sent you the other day when you finished up the final broadcast of This Week in Pro Football. And what the interesting thing he referenced was it's been a long journey.
Yes.
It really has. The 2024 season has been a long journey. You've been on this entire journey. Shout out to you, your first full year.
Yep.
Covering the team from the standpoint of co-hosting Birds 365 completely taking ownership of the channel, jumping in as a contributor on the National Football Show with Dan Sileo, and then also launching the Zander Krause Show. So a great 24, 25 will be phenomenal as well. But part of that 24 journey, Zander, was all part of what you created. And of course, with the JAKIB following, it's just been unbelievable.
I tell that to him all the time. I can do it all. I can go live. I can work my butt off, but the people show up. All right. And we have a great listening audience. And more importantly, we just talked about the great fans of this city. That fandom that they have for the Birds is no different when you come into a small business like we are, a content provider like we are. And it's been a great jersey. I'll channel my inner Jalen Hurts, though. All right. It's not about the results or any of those things you mentioned. It's about the process and each and every day and working to get better. And that's what's allowed some of those things to happen. But no doubt about it, an unbelievable journey. And then you go to the team. I mean, you go to the team. What a journey they had. You come off the Super Bowl in 22, maybe the best game Jalen Hurts ever played in his life up until, I would say now 59, because you won the game. You fall off a cliff in 2023 after starting 10-1, and there's angst. There's angst in the city. It felt like there was angst in the locker room, angst among the coaching staff, angst from the owner. Do I move on from this coach? And what a rebound this has been with the way it started in the year, a 2-2 start, and now here we are on February the 14th, celebrating a world championship for this football team. It's been an unbelievable ride. I'm so happy I got to be on it, and easily the best football season of my life so far.
I know we talked about it when we did kind of a 2024 recap just a couple of days ago on the JAKIB Sports Network, and it was great to kind of cover the season, or at least do a synopsis of the season in what was a 35 or 40 minute broadcast, or whatever it ultimately turned out to be. But if you look at this year and you go back and you see now all of the fans here to celebrate, and you go back to 2-2 in the bye week, and some of that angst was present, and then it sort of worked itself out, and then they go on that magical run. And when the chips fell their way and they ended up getting home field advantage throughout the playoffs, meaning the conference championship needed to come through Philadelphia. At that point, you knew there was a great shot or a great chance that we were going to get into the Super Bowl.
Yep, absolutely. And that's credit to the team. They played their best 2 games of the year in the 2 most important games of the year, the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl. So the team came together at the right time. I think that's a credit to the guys they have in the locker room, the leadership they have in the locker room. John always talks about this on Birds 365. You get a room full of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 guys together. Not everybody's going to like each other. Not everybody's going to be on the same page all the time. But I don't have to like you to go to war with you, right? I got to be bought in to the mission, to the goal, to what the organization is trying to accomplish. And credit to this team, to this locker room, to everybody a part of this organization. They really made it happen, and they really did. They really displayed that in its best form this year, with the way the season went and with the way it's obviously finished up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Again, we're live down here on Broad Street. We're sitting nestled comfortably amidst a sea of people here up on the...
Pan the camera a little bit.
Yeah, pan that over, Zan, just to give
all the people
just to give everybody
in.
A good shot. You can see how deep and how depth the crowd is. And if you take it down, oh, that's a great shot right there. That is just one small part of South Penn Square, which is to our left from where we are. Our vantage point is so good that PHL 17 has jumped up on the flatbed. We are adjacent to the other media platform. Shout out to 6ABC, by the way. And all getting ready for what will be an unbelievable day as they try and help this gentleman get across the street.
So you got another guy there out in the street there from Philly. So the cop, by the way, let's give a shout out, Krause, to the great city workers today, and the police officers and the law enforcement. Emily's brother-in-law is in his SWAT uniform down here today. So they make all this happen. Sometimes I don't think people understand what goes into a day like today, the people that work to make today happen. And I do want to give a special shout out to all those people here on the program. We love them. We respect them. And this city wouldn't be the same without them. So a big thanks to all the Philadelphia Police Department, the Philadelphia Fire Department, and all of the city workers who made today happen. It's really a spectacle, isn't it? I mean, you guys are just watching me. I'm looking out at this crowd. You see Eagles fans all the way up Broad Street. You look to your right, they're all the way up South Penn. You look to your left, they're all the way up Market Street. No matter where you look, it's a sea of Eagles green. It's a beautiful day, a beautiful atmosphere.
So just to set the stage for everyone, it is what is it right now? Right around 10:45. No, right around 10:50.
Yep.
Or no, what is it? 10:19?
10:19.
Yeah, so right
there.
around 10:20, call it. Here on a Friday, Valentine's Day, the parade is scheduled to begin down in South Philadelphia, down at Lincoln Financial Field. It'll start, or it is scheduled rather, to start right around 11 a.m. And then the parade will make its way. It'll come right into your living room as we will watch the parade come down. The players and all of the hype and all of the craziness that will happen there will happen directly in front of us. And then the parade will bang around, go to the front of City Hall, and then they'll make their way down the Parkway and end down at the Art Museum, which everybody certainly remembers the great Jason Kelce speech from the last parade. We'll wait and see who steals the microphone today, but we'll watch and see how it all plays out.
I got a question for you here, all right? 2017, an iconic moment in this city happened on this very day, all right? Jason Kelce dressed up in a mummer's outfit and delivered one of the most iconic parade speeches you'll ever hear. Who's a couple candidates for that today? You don't have Jason Kelce out here. I love Brandon Graham. Is Brandon Graham going to deliver a speech like that? Is it one of the new youngsters or a Landon Dickerson? Johnny Mack has a Jordan Mailata. Maybe it's Jalen Hurts. I don't know. Who could it be? Who do you got today to give a banger of a parade speech?
Well, you identified who I was going to say first. I think it's going to be BG, Brandon Graham, and, you know, the captain of the team, the longest tenured Eagle on this roster ever, 15 years, and now he may come back for another season. I think it's BG on the microphone, but there is a tremendous amount of personality on these roster on this roster. Landon Dickerson, by the way,
that's a great one.
He may bring everyone together. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. It was cool to see them all on Jimmy Fallon, and I saw the backstory on that.
Yeah, I saw this as well.
Saquon Barkley refused to do the show if his offensive line wasn't part of that broadcast. Right. So Fallon's crew ultimately created the segment that brought them all in. So pretty good stuff. Well done for Saquon.
And Saquon's been that type of leader all day. A lot of people are talking. You can hear the Eagles chants going on in the background. People want to see JAKIB Nation. Let me see if I can show the people a little bit of JAKIB Nation right here on the camera. There's Flexen and Slagger right there. Slagger! Slagger! They can't hear me. There's too much going on, but that's them right there. You can see Flexen. Slagger's rocking the green hat right there. A bunch of JAKIB Nation is going nuts. So you can see them all going crazy right now. They're getting juiced up by my sister Isabel over there, who's down here.
There's your boy.
There's your boy Flex. There you go. There they are. Yeah, there they are. You see them, guys. So we got JAKIB Nation down here. A lot of people, everybody. All over this city right now. So this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite things to do in this city. Well, when you come out into the city and you have people and an atmosphere and an environment and an aura in the city, it's a breath of fresh air. Something is different about this city when this football team wins. I say that all the time, and I certainly mean it with the way, this city changes when this football team wins. And we're at the top of the mountain right now. So
I didn't mean to jump out of your shot there, but I'm trying to keep the microphones organized.
I already tell the people all that we're managing everything up here. So give us a little slack if we need to move around a little bit. We made it happen. I'd love to get a picture, Krause, and show the people of the full set, from up there maybe. We got a big Eagle sign here. We got the JAKIB Sports up here. We got the camera setups over here, our desk right here. And then in front of us, just a swath of people. I mean, it's a cool moment to be able to do this in front of this crowd as they all wait for the Eagles parade to come by, and a lot of energy in the city right now. And so, what a great moment this is.
Live across the JAKIB Sports Network here on the celebration day for the Super Bowl 59 champions. Jalen Hurts has done it. The Philadelphia Eagles are world champions of football, and we'll bring it all to you today across the JAKIB Sports Network. And again, glad to be down here in South Philadelphia, right at City Hall for what will be a spectacular day. The city of Philadelphia, by the way, to your point about the men in blue, expecting well north of 1 million plus to be in the city today. And I'm sure it's going to be a tremendous day, whether you're here at City Hall, where they're already climbing up the light poles here.
Yeah. I wish I could I might have to try and turn and get that shot right there.
Or down all the way down on the Parkway. It is going to be a spectacular, spectacular day.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the people are fired up, as we've mentioned before. And it's just exciting. I mean, it's exciting that this team has done this again. It's only the second time they've ever won this thing. I've been saying it all week. Basilio, and he doesn't want to hear any of it. Sills, if you're listening, I've been telling you, this is not the last Super Bowl this team will win. Not with Jalen Hurts at the helm. I feel so confident in saying that with the way he operates, the way that he has this team bought in, the mindset he approaches. I was listening to an interview of him yesterday in the locker room that Johnny Mack had sent me from the cleaning out the locker day, right? Most people in that moment are reflecting or thinking about it, especially when you get to the top of the mountain. And you know, Jalen Hurts is like, we're already behind on preparation for next year. We went a month later than most teams go. So they're locked in. They're focused. They're loaded with talent on both sides of the football. Howie Roseman is a better GM now than he's ever been in his career. And I think this is the start. You know, John often tells me we've been in the golden era. I understand there's been a lot of winning. This is the start of what I believe people will remember about this era of Eagles football, and it started with a Super Bowl 59 championship.
All right, well, good stuff. I'm going to take a step to my left and step out of the shot. I'll let you continue on.
I'd love
with
for
the
you
show.
to call Flex up and get one, or Swagger or Joe Whip or one of our great people.
Yeah, let me bring them out, and I also want to get 17 set up over here. So let me step out of the shot for a moment. I'll mute my mic, and then we'll go to work and we'll get somebody up here.
You got it.
All right, so I'll take over the controls to you. We're not taking a break. I want to turn it over to you, and then I want to get Isabel and Emily, our content creators today, with their meta glasses and everything else. They'll be out there as well.
Some good stuff there from Joe Krause here checking in. What an honor it is, by the way. Father and a son duo here on parade day. Let me go full screen here. I'll talk to some of the great people at JAKIB Nation for a little bit. I tell you what, everybody, this is what we live for. This is what we do it for. When you think about this city, why are we fans? Why do we listen to JAKIB Sports all day? Why do we spend thousands of dollars a year on Eagles? This is why we do it, because you see what this team does to this city. The energy, everything. It's almost not indescribable when you look out, you talk to some of the people. You know, I was setting up. I've been here since 4:45 in the morning, and we got ourselves all set up. For those who checked in on Birds 365, I got a way better setup now. So if I had John McMullen now, I would have had a much better Birds 365. Shout out to 6ABC. All right, bumming us some internet. So we had to bum some internet from them, and they were happy to do it and help us out. So, but the energy here, the people. I mean, we got a guy right here. I'd love to show this guy. Let me see if I can show this guy. He's got a cheesesteak on his head. You see him right here? Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Look at this dude with the cheese. Yo, cheesesteak head. I love the hat, brother. Number one, Super Bowl champs, he said. So you can see everybody's jacked up here in this city, man. And nothing. They don't have anything. There's nothing left to say, brother. There's nothing left for him to say. So we're ready to go. You can see there, you know, that was it. That's all I needed to tell that guy. And he's chirping with the cheesesteak on his head. So what a great moment, by the way. Now, I see some of your comments. Cold. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me, people. You got to be kidding me if you think it's cold. It is not cold. It's actually beautiful out here right now. I want to say it's like mid-30s right now. A little wind chill. You can see an eagle flag there blowing no, we just put it down, but guy had an eagle flag blowing. A bunch of Eagles flags all over the yard. So The people are really packing in here, by the way. You can see kind of where that split is on the screen right there to the upper right corner of where you're looking at. That's where the cops built the barrier. All right. So if I go to my other camera, okay, if you give me a second, I'll go to my other camera, and you can see the Eagles are coming directly at where I'm positioned right now. They're going to be coming right up here down Broad Street. The people on Broad are everywhere. On South Penn, they're lined to the gills on both sides. On down here, coming off a Market, they're lined to the gills on both sides. And just a short hour, 2 hours ago, there was not quite as many people here. So they're all packing in now, and you can really see the energy in the crowd is picking up. The people are drunk. I'll tell you that. You know, I had a person in front of me. They thought I was a DJ. She's hooting and hollering at me. It's 8 a.m, and she looked like she was 17. I'm like, honey, get the hell out of here. But no, we had I gave her a little Go Birds chant and everything. But now a lot of people, a lot of energy in the air. Let me show you guys my other camera. I do want to show you guys the other camera as well, so you can check that out. Sue says they're drunk already. Sue, they're a lot more than drunk. They are zooted up and ready to rock out here. So I'll share this camera with you guys as well. Oh, look who we got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look who we got.
Yes,
We're
sir.
welcoming in on the show. All right, who wants to take a guess at who this is? Many of you should know who this is, and he makes his first appearance on the JAKIB Sports Stream. This would be the legendary flexing and stepping, and he joins the show now here on JAKIB
What's
Sports.
going on, JAKIB Nation?
Brother, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man.
Look at this moment. I mean, look at this moment right now.
Great, man.
With this city, with this team, what they accomplished this year. This is what you live for. This is why we're fans, right, Flex? What a great moment this is. Give people a little bit of your perspective on what you've experienced so far today.
Man, it's just great, man. We've been waiting for this a long time, man. 7 years, man, and we back, man. We back on top, man. This is what I've been telling everybody in the chat, man. This is what it's all about, man. This is what it feels like to be on top.
Yep, absolutely.
To be in the golden age, and now we here, man. Now we here, man.
Now we're here, brother.
And it's more to come.
I was just saying
it's more to come, man. It's more to come, man. Jalen is king.
Yep,
Jalen is him. Y'all get it. Y'all get my props in the chat, man, for Jalen, man. He's the guy, man. He is the guy.
And we were texting about this, and I said that, I was just telling the great people of JAKIB Nation as they tune in today, here, almost 800 of you strong listening right now across the JAKIB platform. Everybody do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, and let's get as many people in the city of brotherly love, or the people who are not in the city, to tune in. But I was telling the people right now, Flex, I think this is the start of this team and how we will remember this football team, because I know we've had 3 great winning seasons and a lot of winning football, and I'm not knocking that, but this is the year we got over the hump. We won the championship. Absolutely. And I believe, Flex, Jalen Hurts is going to lead this team to multiple Super Bowls in his era.
Oh, yes. Jalen is focused, man. Jalen is focused. Like I texted you the other night, man. He got a Brady-like mentality.
He really does.
A Jordan-like mentality, a Kobe-like mentality, and that's what you want in a guy, man. And now we finally got that guy here. So we on and popping, man. I mean, I can't wait, man, to just see these guys and see that Lombardi again, man, for the second time.
It's gonna be great. They're gonna parade it right by us right here, man.
It's packed out here, man.
If you don't have a good view down there, Flex, you holler at me. I'll bring you right up here. You'll have a
for sure,
view
man.
of everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, here's a question for you. All right. 7 years ago when this team was champions, there was an iconic moment that happened at the parade, and Jason Kelsey delivered one of the best parade speeches you'll ever hear. Who's doing that today? There is no more Kelsey. Is it BG? Is it Landon? Is it Milata? Who you got to get to deliver a banger today?
I would have to say I would go Milata, but I'm thinking more so BG now that you mentioned him.
Yeah, I think BG.
Because I think this might be BG's last hurrah. I would like to have him back again.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I would like for BG to just go out and soar. There's nothing else to prove for him.
Where did you get this, my man?
I went and got this at the team store.
Damn, I gotta get one of that.
The same hat that you got on. I went and got this. Worth the chain.
Listen, I love Eagle merch.
I'm actually going back down there next week to get more stuff and whatnot, man.
Flex, I'm a sucker for merch, but they're nothing like championship. Nah, man. When you're a winner, when you're a champion, that merch starts
flowing. They got so much stuff, man. I was on another website. They had confetti. They had the championship pens. They had so much stuff, man. I mean, I mess around and go broke.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, brother. Flex, thank you so much for
Man,
joining us,
it's
man.
always
Look,
a pleasure,
the
man.
great people of Jacob
I
Nation.
love
You're
y'all,
one of our
man.
staples,
Shout
man.
out to my man Prince, Twiz,
They're all in
Jammers,
there, brother.
Abe,
I see Daz, I see Prince, I see Twiz, I see Philly Don. They're all in there,
Steezy,
brother.
Man, all of y'all, man. Awake, I see you, man.
Yeah,
I see y'all, Neil. You know what I mean?
Cool to see it from
We
this
out here
side, isn't it,
dying.
brother?
Huh?
Cool to see it from this side, isn't it?
That's great, man.
Yeah.
This is fun, man. First time ever doing this, too,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely, man. Maybe more to come from Big Flex. So,
Oh,
Flex,
man,
thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Always,
we appreciate
man.
it, brother.
Always,
if
man.
you
Love
get
you,
one
man.
of your people down there that wants to come up here, you
For
let
sure.
me know, and I'll get them up here
I got you.
on the show. I'm sure many fans want to come and talk. All
Yo,
right, so
definitely. Swagger out here, man. Callie said he on his way,
I saw
man.
Swagger. Is Callie down here?
Callie
See,
on his way.
It's hard, if you didn't get here early, I don't know how you're going to get to us.
I don't know.
There's
It's gonna be
so
hard,
many
man.
people
It's
here
crazy out here right now.
in the city. So
Yeah, it's
unbelievable
crazy
stuff.
out here.
Great stuff, Flex. Thank you,
Definitely,
brother.
man. Be safe,
Thank
bro.
you, man. I appreciate
I'll
it.
let y'all, man.
You
Go
can just take
Birds.
that off and put
All
that
right.
right on the top there, all right? Let me meet you out there. There you go. There you go. Flex is good. I believe you guys still have my mic. You should. Did I mute the right one there with Flexion's? I just wanted to make sure I muted that right mic out.
Flex is there on one.
Yep. So Flex is there on none. Thank you guys all for being in here right now. Over 800 strong watching us. Let's share that out to the great people. All right. And let's try and get as many people watching this parade coverage as possible. All right. So big thanks to all of you who are tuning in right now. All right. The sun is coming up. All right. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the sun is starting to peak at your boy Big Z right here as I stand. And it's a beautiful era, a beautiful aura in the city today, and a lot of people around everywhere. So really great stuff. My beautiful girlfriend, my beautiful sister are up here on the stage. So I'm really enjoying this moment, this experience to be up here and do this. And like I told you guys, we have the best view of the parade on Broad Street. Everybody's packed in. You can see them all on my camera there. And I'll show you guys again.
Check one. There we go.
I'll show you guys again where you can see them all. You'll see them all on the camera. You see them all packed in. All right. We are elevated above everybody, and we can see where this parade float's going to be coming right at us. I'll have the coverage. I have the camera there. I will zoom in with the camera. That camera has a zoom ability. So I will zoom in on that parade float when it goes by us here, and we will lock in. I will give you guys a little play-by-play as the parade float goes by, and we'll have a chance to do that. So going to be great stuff there. And we have another special guest here joining the show. You can hear the Eagles chants are going. The fans are already fired up.
Maybe our new content, one of our new content creators here, Zander. Good to bring someone else into the fold.
Thanks for having me, brother.
There we go.
All right, everybody. Who wants to take a guess on who this is?
Who am I, folks? Who am I?
This is my beautiful sister, Isabel. She is the best sister in the world. I'll tell you guys that. But more importantly, she's a beast behind the scenes, a content machine. All right, go and give them a follow at Everything Krause.
Woo, guys,
So
we're on the come up. We're on the come up, all right?
Take
You
my
watch.
last name and put everything before it. Everything Krause. Go and check them out. Her and my other sister, Kateri. So great job you guys are doing. What an atmosphere.
Oh my gosh, guys, it is so lively down here today. I have never seen Philly like this before. I mean, the fans are here to rally. I can tell these people have been drinking since 6 a.m., folks. I mean, you can smell it from the audience.
Yes, you really can.
It's ridiculous.
It is. And for people that don't know, you went to Drexel, so
Yes.
you have a lot of experience in this city. This is what makes Philadelphia really a great city. This is where you see the love, the enjoyment, the excitement, the camaraderie, the brotherhood of this city, the city of brotherly love. And what an energy out here. I just can't get over it. I
really can't get over it. You know, I spent 4 years at Drexel. This was the first Super Bowl win we've had since I had Drexel. I never got one while I was there, unfortunately, but I'm so happy to be experiencing it today because this is what this city is about. You know, these fans, we get a lot of hate sometimes. We may be crazy, but we also give a lot of love, and you can feel that here today. People are so excited, and the love in the air on Valentine's Day, it just feels right. So much love for the birds, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be taking content for you guys today. I'll be getting some behind the scenes. I'm going to be doing some street interviews.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, by the way. Isabel on the street. Look for it on JAKIB Sports, everybody.
Isabel on the street.
Soon. Yeah, Isabel on the street. Getting some street interviews today. All right, let me ask you this, and you might not have a good answer for me. What Eagle this year stood out to you the most? Isabel is not a diehard football fan, I would say. Any names stick out to you from watching all of the great JAKIB coverage all year long?
This is going to sound cliche. And I'm going to choose Hurts. I'm
All
going
right.
to choose Jalen Hurts.
Listen,
But you
I
know
love
why?
it.
You know why I choose Hurts? Because he went to Alabama.
Yep.
I watched Hurts at Alabama. I watched him get benched. I watched him recover from it, and I watched his comeback journey. I watched him come to the Birds. And at the Maxwell Awards, I presented the trophies at the Maxwell Awards, and
Yes.
I had the honor of presenting it to Jalen Hurts. And I remember I asked him a question, and he said to me, "I'm coming back for that Super Bowl." And it was in that moment that I said, "I want to remember this, Jalen. I want to remember that when you win it."
Yes.
So to me, this season was really about him for it, because I've seen him fulfill his dream. I've seen him put his trust in God, and I think it's been a beautiful journey. And I can't wait to see what he's about to unleash, because let me tell you, it's not the end.
What a cool personal moment for you, by the way.
Very
Not everybody
cool.
listening, not everybody has that moment where Jalen backstage, and I remember it well. Me and you were working in unison that night at the Maxwell Awards, and Jalen had won the Maxwell Player for Best NFL Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And he did. He said that right to you.
He said it right to me.
And you took a
I'm
photo.
holding his trophy.
You have an iconic photo on your phone that I'd love to share out on JAKIB when we're done here of Jalen looking up at the award ceremony. And it was
watching his highlight reel.
He's a stoic, humble dude.
He's a cool
cat.
He is very, very humble. He treated me like I was just like another one of his friends.
Yes.
Like it wasn't Jalen Hurts. I tried to keep my cool. I was like, whoa, it's Jalen Hurts. But he just came up to me, gave me a hug. I hugged him. It was kind of funny. And I was like, I'm presenting your trophy. Very, very humble. Didn't even say anything about his award and just let the success do the talking.
Yep, absolutely. And that's what he's continued to do all year long. And he finally got the Eagles over the hump, everybody. We're world champions. And you can see the site here. Let me show you guys the great city. All right, I'll pan the camera a little bit. You can see the crowd continues to pack in here, down here, right across from Broad Street. So we got Broad Street right there is what you were just looking at. This is South Penn here. So you can see there's the Widener building. You got McCormick and Schicks across the street. The Eagle banner down there on the Wanamaker building. The energy here, they were just breaking out in an Eagles chant. So there are people everywhere. The city is super jacked up, and you can tell about that. So really great stuff. Who are you looking forward to hearing from today? Anybody at the parade, or what are you most looking forward to experiencing down here today?
I think I'm just looking to feel the energy, right? I feel it already.
I keep saying that, but it's palpable.
But it's
really
palpable, and I can't wait for when we're looking directly at the parade. We're seeing the players, and that energy just continues to rise, because I know it's going to be an even more intense feeling.
Yep.
And it's going to be really cool to feel it. They're already getting hype. It's a bit cold. It's a bit cold for me.
Not for me. I'm good.
Yeah, you're warm, but I can feel the people. I can tell that they're cold, and I know that energy is going to pick up, and it's going to become an even more lively environment. Folks, they are alive today. I mean, I'm looking at people sitting on top of bus stations. I can tell these people are itching to climb the poles right now. So it's only going to get more crazy. It's only going to get more crazy, and I'm looking forward to that, because that's the beauty of Philly.
Yep, no doubt about it. Thank you so much for joining. What a great honor it is to talk to my beautiful sister on the show. Here, introduce my sister to all of our great viewers who make JAKIB possible. So a big thanks to you for joining. Well done by you. And you better get on to work, because now we have teased that we have content coming.
Yes, guys. Don't you worry. I got street interviews coming. Drop some questions in the chat. I'll ask whatever you like.
There you go.
I'm unhinged, folks.
I'm unhinged. Isabel unhinged. All right. Go give her a follow. All right. Plug your social medias, all of them, right here for the people who want to check in with you.
Folks, everything Krause on Instagram. So take the Krause last name, add everything before it. At No Sugar Pod, that is our podcast, and at Sculpted with Kateri, that is our fitness Instagram. We operate within the health and wellness industry, but I think you guys would really enjoy our content, so please give us a follow. We appreciate your support.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Zan.
Well done, Isabel. Good job. Have Dad meet your microphone out right there, and he'll put that down, and then we'll continue to roll on here on our parade coverage. As you can see here comes a first a row of cars. We got some Escalades. We got some cop cars coming down. And you can see that is now something here. So good stuff. And we can see what we got. Let me make sure I got the camera panned over correctly. All right. And you can see, there you go. You got a bus going by. You got a cop car, another bus. People are waving their hands out the window. I got a little bit of, let me see if I can get that camera to focus, but see if I can focus that camera in a little bit, but doing what I can on that. And I'll try and use the other camera as well. So give me a second and I'll work on that camera footage for you. But you can see now that there are finally some people coming down Broad Street. It's only 10:43. This thing was set to start at 11. You predicted 12:30 to 1 that the Eagles would go by us. You think it's going to be that late?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to take time and to make their way down Broad Street. And then, of course, to get to hear the speeches down at the Art Museum are scheduled to begin down at 2 o'clock, right down at the Art Museum. So we'll see how that all plays out. I know if you went back to 17 or the parades in 17, they ran about an hour and 5 minutes behind what was the official outline. So we'll see how all of that comes together and how all of that does play out. Hey, I do want to, as a lot of this unfolds, we're going to try and get that camera focused in too. What is that?
Yeah, I'll work on it.
I do want to give a big shout out to Cooney Brothers Pipe Valves and Fittings. Cooney Brothers Pipe Valves and Fittings out of Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. 610-272-2100. That's 610-272-2100. Cooney Brothers Pipe Valves Fittings. Give them a call and tell them you saw their beautiful brand new flatbed truck down at the parade here in Philadelphia. It's great to have them be part of, be part of this day. That's Cooney Brothers. We love them. I'm a longtime friend with Jerry Davis and his wife, Mary, whose daughter, by the way, was an official in the National Football League.
Yeah, I heard. I talked to Jerry about that
a
little bit.
Really good stuff. So, but Cooney Brothers, big shout out to you. And again, when you get a chance, 610-272-2100. Tell them you saw them down here at the parade when history will be made today in Philadelphia.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. History being made. I was just joking with Flexen and Steppen, who we had on the show. We got Joe Whip back there. Maybe we'll get Joe Whip up. I saw Slager in the crowd. I was just joking with them. You know, I believe this is the start of this football team. John talks about the golden era that's unfolding here in Philadelphia, and it started 3 years ago, according to John, with all the winning. And there's no doubt they've done a lot of winning, but Krause, I feel like this is the first of many of these things that are coming in Philly. I do not think this will be the last time me and you stand here amongst a crowd of Philadelphia fans in the city of brotherly love for a championship parade. I'm predicting another one coming soon.
Yeah, well, as you said, Jalen already said they're a month behind. Hey, if you caught the 2-minute drill or the 2-minute warning on my opening feature on Jalen Hurts, when the parade concludes today, he's already thinking about Levi Stadium next year, the site of next year's Super Bowl 60. And I think he's right. I think that's the right mindset. A.J. Brown is thinking about it. Devontae Smith is thinking about it. And Howie and this core of this organization will remain together. The one thing that is 100% true, everyone on the roster will not be here next year.
Right.
There are free agents that the Eagles need to deal with. I know you and Johnny Mac talked about that. I know your priority. Who's not going to get signed? Or who do you think potentially gets away? What I'm worried about, does Zach Bond get a big number thrown his way and force the Eagles' hand?
That's what's going to happen. Was that the fear with all of these guys is that, you know, Krause, we talk a lot about bad organizations in the NFL. And many people think bad organizations do not matter because we're a good organization. Well, they do in moments like this. You want to sign Zach Bond and you're willing to give him $15 million a year. Here comes the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here comes the Carolina Panthers. Here comes a team like that and says, I'll give you $23 million a year. What do you expect Zach Bond to do? You know, so that's where a factor could come into this. I think Zach Bond's my number one priority. I've said that pretty consistently up to this point. I think he's the one. It's the one level of the defense that you don't have stability at, okay? And if you want stability there, you got to sign Zach Bond, and I think they're going to get him done. But, you know, to answer your question, who's the guy who's not coming back? All the way up until Wednesday night when we had This Week in Pro Football and Sal Palantonio, a guy I respect more than anybody, in this business, who's been around this business around this team for a long time. He tells me Josh Sweat should be the number one priority. Josh Sweat was my guy. I said, I think he's gone. He signed a new agent. We restructured his deal last year to give him a pay cut. He signed a new agent a couple of weeks ago. Talked about at media day at the Super Bowl that it was the biggest offseason of his life, presumably to get a big contract. I thought he was going to be out the door. Maybe Sal Palantonio knows something I don't, and they're going to try and get Josh Sweat because, edge rushers are premium positions in this league. And, I love Nolan Smith, and I think he's going to be a star. I think Jalix Hunt is going to be a great contributor, but maybe Josh Sweat returns. So there's really four bigs. You got Zach Bond, you got Milton Williams, you got Mekhi Becton, and you have Josh Sweat. I'll ask you, rank those 1 to 4 on who you want to see back on the Birds, and more importantly, who's the most important of those pieces to return if you want another chance at the Super Bowl next year?
Well, I'm signing Zach Bond. I'm signing Zach Bond right away. I want to get that. I want to get that deal.
Come up here.
I want to get that deal done. Does she want to come up here?
I don't know. I don't know what she's asking.
We might have everybody up here on the platform. I want to get Zach Bond done immediately. As the number one priority. And I'm not saying anything everybody that's watching and everybody in Eagle Nation doesn't agree with. Zach Bond's got to return, must return to this football team. I think Mekhi Becton was an unbelievable surprise at that guard position. He's so big, and to be able to play in the guard position at the level that he did was amazing to see as well, and be part of that offensive line. So for me, that's the 1-2 punch that I would like to see. I don't even want to think about the draft yet. That's down the road. Well, it's coming quickly, but that's for next week's conversation.
Yeah, what are we at? 70? I want to say we're 69 days away, I believe, on Thursday's edition of Birds 365. You can see a big parade, a big champion tow truck, it looks like, going by here, and the fans getting fired up for that. So, but no, I believe on Thursday, I said 70 days from the NFL draft. So you're 69 days out from that. The offseason moves quick, brother. This league moves quick. And, I'm excited to cover it all in the offseason too. I think there's so much excitement with the way this team is built. I think they're primed, even with a couple free agents. You're going to talk about them, but this team is in position, man. This team is in position. The core guys are here. Jalen Hurts is here. A.J. Brown is here. Devontae Smith is here. I think Saquon Barkley is going to get a restructure this offseason is what I think. I think Howie's going to say, thank you for what you did for us this year. Let's give you a little bit more guaranteed dollars and give you another year of guaranteed money. I could see that coming in the pipeline as well. Also lessen the cap hit. You know how he works the cap there. So a lot of good things in the future with this team, and I think they're set up perfectly.
Great story that Kellen Moore will be in Philadelphia. He is in Philadelphia right now, and he will be part of this celebration as well. He should. That is the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And see if you could take that camera shot and show the depth of the crowd out here. It continues to grow. It continues to build. I don't know what the final number ultimately will be when it's all said and done, but it is absolutely amazing to watch the groundswell of people that continue to file in where we are. And remember, because of our vantage point, we get to see it.
Yes, we have a great vantage up here, Krause, on this flatbed truck. Thanks to Jerry. This is unbelievable view. And you can see on your screen right now, everybody, the depth of the crowd. This is right here on South Penn Street, right here, right off of Broad Street. And this is really, really packing in. There are people everywhere. They're all fired up. And then you got to go back to the street there. You can see the cops getting ready. So the crowd is packed in, man. They really are packed in right now.
Live here on the JAKIB Sports Channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like or subscribe to the channel. And I don't know if you're rolled out, but we talked about sending one of our great viewers and subscribers and members to the NFL draft. And I know you're going to put that in play. So I threw it out to you, and I'm glad you accepted that invitation. I don't know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, but it's going to be exciting to get one of our viewers out to the NFL draft. The draft this year Lambeau Field.
It's a great venue.
And even if the draft was not going on, a trip to Lambeau, Zander, is a must on a lot of bucket lists.
Is Jerry available to go to Lambeau? And maybe we'll have another one of these out at Lambeau for the draft. But no, what a great spot. I've never been to Lambeau Field. I've obviously heard how great of a place it is and how iconic of a stadium it is. But it's all going to kick off. That'll kick off the start of the next year, really earlier than that. But that's going to be an unbelievable draft. And you heard Krause. He is pushing to send a JAKIB member to the draft free of charge. So maybe we'll get that. Get your memberships in, everybody.
Yeah, remember, opening night is always on a Thursday night. So we'll get you out into Green Bay either Wednesday or Thursday morning. We'll let you get into day one and then day two on Friday. And then following Friday, we'll probably get you out of there on Saturday or Friday. We'll figure out all the details. We'll make it work with your schedule. But again, we want to get somebody out to the NFL draft because after the victory parade today, and after all of this settles a little bit, what will end up happening is this team will start to refocus. The fan base will get ready for Phillies baseball, perhaps. They will, of course. And then we will start to zero in on what 2025 and what that season looks like as the Eagles now begin to make their position known about a repeat, Zander, going to Levi Stadium for what is Super Bowl 60. So we have all of that stuff to talk about in the off season, which is going to be an amazing and fast off season going into the 2025 regular season. But today is all about the fans and this football team and what Jeff Lurie, Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore, and his entire coaching staff and organization, what they have been able to do has just been amazing. And all the fans that are here, you can feel the love for this team today.
You could feel it at 4:45 when we pulled up to this place. We were parked right. Feels crazy to me that we were parked right where those people are, just a short hour, 5 short hours ago, and they're packed in. You could hear the energy in the morning. I mean, I said to the people, we heard EAGLES Eagles 500 times before 6 a.m. came around. We had drunk people in the crowd up here at 7:30 a.m. So the people are ready, man. The people are fired up for this. And by the way, what a great city. I don't know if there's any other city that would win a championship and have a parade like that. I mean, I know people have parades, but I don't know if they're big like this. I don't know if they're energetic like this. I don't know if the people in other towns are as passionate as the people are in Philadelphia. There's a reason they call them the number one.
Well, I'll tell you, want to ask CeeDee Lamb because he just said it. Hey, nobody, there's no fan base as passionate as the Philadelphia Eagle fan base, and that certainly is true.
No doubt about it, Krause. I want to ask you a question on, you asked me, we did an interview together a couple of days ago where we kind of recapped the season. And I'm going to ask you, what stuck out to you the most about this team? We watched every game together. You've obviously been tuned in on the JAKIB Sports YouTube channel all year long on our coverage across the board. What stuck out to you about this football team that you believe made them ultimately champions this year?
Well, I think if you look at some of the wins that they put together, it was 1 or 2 stars making a big play, not every game, but 1 or 2 stars making that big play. Right. And that was great to see. And the camaraderie in the locker room, sometimes that appears to be cliche, but I don't think so. This is an entirely different vibe for this football team this year compared to a year ago. When they went on to that slide. So that I think was significant. And I think Nick Sirianni does not or did not in the beginning of the season, Zander, get some of the credit that he deserves for being a player's coach and for his players willing to play and commit to him with an unconditional commitment. I don't think he got a lot of credit for that up front. Remember, at one point they were looking to run Sirianni out of town. from a fan base standpoint. There was some aggression there, but I thought he did a fantastic job as well. And it's easy to say now because we've won the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's not so easy to say when you're in the middle of it. But this football team blocked out the rat poison, to quote Jalen Hurts, and they brought it to a point to get to where we are today. And that is just a combination of a lot of things. There's the Saquon Barkley jump. That was an amazing, that was amazing. Go to the Super Bowl. Cooper DeJean with the pick.
By the way,
six.
great short by you on Cooper DeJean.
I love it. Yeah, good stuff.
That
check that out. Don't forget to check that out. But so many good memories. Great to see Jake. Great to see Jake Elliott finish up strong in the Super Bowl.
Great. I think he had the most points ever by a kicker in a Super Bowl after struggling all year long. So a great story. And look, I know we were critical of Jake Elliott in the year, and there's a lot of question and concern about him, but that's 2 Super Bowls now in Philly. I mean, he's a legendary kicker in this city, and he will go down as one. I know he went through his struggles this season, but I think he'll bounce back strong. And you're right, he had a great performance in the Super Bowl, and another showing of Philly, right? Surviving, prevailing, coming through in the clutch when you need it. Another great story there with Jake Elliott and the way he prevailed this season.
Yeah, and I keep remembering a couple of different specific moments during the season. The Jalen Carter bad penalty, and then his defensive coach, standing in front of Nick Sirianni. Yep. Hey, I got this.
Right.
And Nick, smart enough to know what he doesn't know, stepped aside. Pretty neat to see that play. And by the way, we're not here today, and the Eagles are not in the Super Bowl if Jalen Carter doesn't make that sack against Stafford and the Rams in that playoff game. That was a touchdown waiting to come to fruition in the snowy Lincoln Financial Field. And that, I think, is why we're here today. He doesn't get them. That's a touchdown, and the Rams could win, and the Rams win that football game.
They could have certainly done. But listen, somebody put that to me on Twitter. I think it was a Cowboy fan. And I said back to him, well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. This is what you do to win football games, all right? Football is a game of inches, okay? It always has been, and it always will be. You draft great players, you develop them, okay? And your great players make great plays in big moments. And that's what happened there. And Jalen Carter saved the season, and there was many other instances of that as well. By the way, you could argue that they lose a different playoff game if Jalen Hurts doesn't make a certain play, or if Saquon Barkley doesn't have 200 yards rushing. So great players make great plays, and this is a player-driven game. And the players in this city stepped up, they rose up, they played unbelievable this year. They bought in. I keep saying it. They played for the man next to them, and here we are at a championship parade. By the way, the crowd continues to grow. The faces on the people, just for those watching at home, you can see the eyes getting a little bit more droopy every 30 minutes that passes as they wait for the team to come by on the parade float. The smoke is up in the air. Everything is going on. This is a sight to be seen, isn't it, Krause?
It sure is. 11:02 on a Friday, somewhere down towards the stadium. They're getting ready to get started with the parade.
And you can see Matt Bird in our chat has just said the parade started. So if you're watching it on TV or have another coverage of it up and open, they have started at the beginning down there. Starting all the way where? All the way down on Broad Street?
Yeah, starting down at Lane. They'll start down at the link, and then they'll make their way all the way down towards us. And then, of course, we'll bring it to everybody live.
Yeah,
we're here for the day, and I can tell you this. And I told Jerry when I was talking to his wife Mary, I told Jerry, hey, once I got permission to be able to pull the flatbed up here onto the apron, I said to Jerry, hey, Jerry, we're not going to be able to get out of there until the city says we can get out of there. So we're probably going to be here for a long time. Hey, one thing I want to do, I want you to continue to get other members of JAKIB Nation up. I'd love to get Joe Whip on. You want to take Joe?
I'll take Joe. By the way, real quick, Bo, just for the people know, I do want to give you a shout out before you leave, all right? And there's one specific reason, all right? I got a call on Thursday. Who's counting? That's yesterday, okay? I got a call on Thursday around 1 o'clock. Sam, we're going down to the parade. We're getting a big flatbed truck, and we'll be broadcasting live from Broad Street, brother. Get ready. So this has been a quick turnaround. And a great credit to you for having us do this. And look at what the kind of coverage that we're bringing to the great people of JAKIB Nation. They've made it happen all year long, and I'm super happy that we can do this here today. And a shout out to 6ABC, too, by the way, for hooking us up with their internet. What a great moment this is up here, and great job by you.
Great to be connected with 6ABC, the #1 broadcast television station in the market. Of course, we spent a couple of years in partnership with them, and when something went south, it was great to be able to find a way to get us on the air,
right.
And that's exactly what we dit. All right, let's do this. I'm going to step aside again.
Get your mic. I'm going to fix up the camera. I want to give the people a view of what's going on the street. You can see there's people on top of the bus, the bus stop right there. So I want to give the people a viewing. You can see guys down there on top of the bus station. The poles, people are getting up on poles over here. So I'm going to try and give the people a view. You get Joe Whip situated for me, and then I'll come back with you.
All right, let me step aside. It's the live from the Eagles parade at City Hall on the JAKIB Sports Network. And remember, Jalen Hurts has done it. The Philadelphia Eagles are the world champions of football.
There you go, everybody. You can check it out right now. You can see where I'm looking on this camera. I know it might not be fully focused, but you can see there's people. You can look there to the left of your screen, and you can see there's people on top of the bus station there. If you look even deeper up in the top right, you can see another group of people on the right side on top of the SEPTA bus station there. So the people are packing in. We got people on poles to our right. I can't show you that. And then right here, you have our immediate contingency. All right, so check them out. You can see there's a group of media members right there who have the big TV cameras out. So they will be picking up the footage as the team processes down Broad Street. So big shout out to them as they sit here right next to us as well. So I did want to give you guys a look at that. Big shout out to everybody watching the program right now. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right. We appreciate all you guys for being here, for watching. We got another great guest here on the show, Joe Whip, joining us here. One of our great channel members. Joe, you're a lot taller than I am. Let's take a quick step back, Joe. Joe, what an atmosphere this is, right? You've been a fan for a long time. First off, everybody, let's welcome in Joe Whip. You guys all know Joe Whip from the chat. All right, he's in here now. Joe, you've been a fan of this team for a long time. This is why we're fans, moments like these. What have you seen so far here today? Bring everybody inside the parade through the eyes of Joe Whip.
Well, it didn't take too long for everybody to be lit.
Yeah.
I can tell you. I came down on the train. I got here at 5:30, and there were people on the train that were already
Yep.
3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah,
it's the atmosphere. There's no other city like this.
No, there isn't. I just said that to Krause. I don't know if other cities do things like this city does things.
Now, who else would climb poles and hang off of poles?
Look at them all. Look at them all over the bus stations over there. I was just showing the great people of everybody. You can see where all the people are. They're
on the SEPTA bus stop over there.
They're on the SEPTA bus station. So really cool stuff with the way this city is and the way this team is done. Joe, what was the one thing to you that stuck out this season? Why was this team a championship team? We've had a lot of great teams in Philly, a lot of great players, a lot of Super Bowl caliber players. What made this team different? What made them get over the hump?
I think just watching some of the interviews the last few days and watching that mic'd up stuff,
the mic'd up was incredible.
It's a team of they're together.
Yep.
I mean, they fight for each other. It's all for one for all. You can just see it. These guys really want to do it not for themselves, but for their teammates.
Absolutely.
And that goes a long way. Plus, they don't have any holes.
Yeah, no.
As holes, you know, no holes.
The no holes defense has become iconic in the city of Philadelphia.
You were right. You said it before anybody else.
Yeah, August we dubbed the no holes defense, and boy, I would be lying if I told you that when I dubbed the no holes defense in August, I expected that. I expected them to have Patrick Mahomes seeing ghost in the Super Bowl, but man, were they good and arguably the biggest difference in this team.
Philly used to laugh at you all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and look who was right.
Yeah, there you go. Silio, a little shot at big. Silio and John, I was joking about that. I'm done listening to the old heads. I'm done listening to the old Joe, you included. I'm listening to the youngsters because I think we had this season right all along.
Hey.
Too much negadelphia on you old heads.
Well, hey, I'm not like my wife who's never wrong.
There you go.
I know I'm wrong occasionally. It doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, I hear you.
But no, I mean Hurts played fantastic down the stretch. I think he got comfortable with Kellen Moore. They sort of had like a truce.
Yeah, I agree.
They mentioned, you could see that towards the end,
Right.
You could see more integrated.
I think truce is a good word for it. Actually,
Some of the stuff in the Super Bowl, I've watched the game 3 times.
Right.
And some of the stuff they were doing was fabulous.
Boy, every time I rewatch that game, Joe, and I had a busy week, so I've only got a chance to rewatch it once, and then I also rewatched. Well, I watched the mic'd up, which wasn't the game, but you kind of saw a lot in the mic'd up. Every time I watch that thing, I'm like, man, we really beat the shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Every time I watch it, I'm like, it becomes more heightened to me how much they beat them up.
Well, when you watch the mic'd up and with the way the sound, how they do it, it hurts just to watch it.
I know.
I mean, when they were hitting Barkley, I mean, they were thumping Barkley.
I know, man.
And then Mahomes, they were just pounding Mahomes.
Yeah, he was seeing ghost all day.
And when Jalen Carter came in and punched him right in the face,
right?
I loved that.
Yeah, well, that's going to be an iconic photo in this city for a while. The Patrick Mahomes punch to the face. Joe, you're an older fan. Any of these younger players that are winning you over? I mean, I still say to this day, I love all the young guys. I think BG is my favorite Eagle now. I think there's a couple of the young guns that are jumping up there, but any of the young players, the new guys that have made up the new core of this team, jump out at you or one that you are typically drawn toward? Well,
watching the game, the stuff I saw Q doing was amazing.
Yeah,
he was on that Worthy like.
Oh my goodness!
He'd run down the field with him. He'd right on his hip.
Yep.
People say, "Well, he's not as fast." I don't see it.
No, I agree.
He can play man on man. He can press. He can play zone. He can do whatever he wants.
Yep.
And Fangio was, and then DeJean's fantastic. I mean, what an
pretty
athlete.
amazing too.
He's an incredible athlete.
One draft, Joe, and 2 corners you're talking
about. And then you got Jalen Hunt.
Yeah, I think he's great.
Jalen Hunt. I was watching Greg Cosell. Greg Cosell says he's going to be a beast.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he beasted Joe Thuney in that Super Bowl like he wasn't even a great player.
And he's 6'4", 245.
Right.
I mean, he's a big guy.
He's a big guy, yeah, and he's nimble. He's athletic. He's fast, and he's got a lot of great traits. So I think Jalen Hunt too. Another great draft for Howie. I mean, all three guys you just mentioned are all rookies.
Even Will Shipley. He looks like he's a good player.
Yeah, he can. He's a fighter. That's what I like about Will. I like that he fights for every yard. He's definitely one of those people. All right, Joe, who do you think? I said the flexing and stepping that we had on a little earlier, and I'll get a couple more members on. I said to the people, if you didn't get here early, though, you're not going to make it to us now. We got a lot of people.
You're going to have to drop out of a helicopter to get in here now.
Yeah, you're going to have to drop out of a helicopter. What a great spot we have. How cool is it, Joe, to be elevated here
this is awesome.
Above everybody? I mean, what a great view. I was trying to tell the people or bring them in to what we're looking at, and I do have it up, but, unbelievable view we have here.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Kudos to you, Zander. You put this all together.
Yeah, we made it happen, man. We made it happen in less than 24 hours. I was just telling the people. I got a call from Krause yesterday about 1 p.m. He said, get ready, get your gear ready, and get an Eagles coat because we are going down to the parade.
Boy, you get a flatbed, and you're right in City Hall.
Yep.
It's like, holy mackerel.
You got to have some strings you can pull, Joe, to be able to pull this off.
It's amazing.
But, Joe, 7 years ago when this team was a city of champions for the first time, Jason Kelce delivered one of the most iconic parade speeches you'll ever see. Who is the candidate for that today, in your opinion?
I think the guy that can do it is Nick Sirianni.
Wow, I have not heard that one yet.
I think he's got the makeup.
Wow.
I mean, from what I can tell, he's pretty good behind closed doors.
Yeah, I think so too. Nick is I've grown a lot in my respect for Nick. This year, as I think the season has unfolded, and a lot, criticism of him, I think, has largely been unwarranted, or at the very least, unproven, and largely based on speculation.
Well, what happens with somebody like him as a fan, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right. You only see the outward.
You see guys who were just, he didn't handle the press, or his first press conference with him. People didn't understand the whole Roots Flowers thing, right? And they see a guy is a little stiff, he talks too much. in the press conferences, but you don't know what he's like behind closed doors. And when you watch the guys on the field, they play their ass off for him.
Right.
And they always say how they love playing for him.
Yeah, and you can see the way they embrace him. You know, they hug him and they almost cry in his arms. I mean, that doesn't happen without a bond with somebody, without a connection, without a little bit of a love for somebody.
You can be the greatest tactician, but if you can't get the players to play for you,
right,
you're not going to be successful.
It's such a funny coaching staff because on the other hand, it almost feels like Vic Fangio is the exact opposite. I'm not going to be buddy with you. I'm not going to hug you and kiss you and tell you how great you are. But I know technique. I know football. I know defensive football. And if you listen to me, I will put you in a position to succeed.
And you got to give credit to Fangio for his assistants have got everything
tremendous.
Out of these. Even like Jordan Davis towards the
Clint
end of
Hurt,
the year.
I mean, what a season for Clint Hurt.
Towards the end of the year, Jordan Davis has elevated his play. Even if he's playing 14 to 20 plays a game, he's doing what they want.
Right.
And he's stopping the run. He's actually getting pushed. He's had some sacks.
Right.
He's I think, some guys take longer to develop.
All right, Joe, I want you to do one thing for the people because many people might be watching right now and they're looking at Joe Whip and they're like, Joe Whip, where is the Eagle merch?
Oh.
Well, you do have some Eagle merch hidden. And I said to you, Joe, I don't believe there's another one of these jerseys in the crowd of 2 million today.
You're not going to see many of these.
All right, so show it off and tell everybody who we're looking at here.
Tommy McDonald.
A little Tommy McDonald action.
1960 Mitchell and Ness.
A 1960 Mitchell and Ness Tommy McDonald. That's well done by Joe Whip right there. Everybody, so give Joe Whip a little round of applause.
That goes back. That goes back to the late 80s, maybe early 90s.
There you go.
Mitchell and Ness.
There
they don't.
I was at the flagship store a couple times this week. That is one. It's an amazing store, and two, there were so many Eagle. Man, the Eagle fans show up when this team wins. Man, They were in there. They were buying merch left and right. I was buying merch. That's this jacket I got on right now. So a lot of excitement. Joe, great job, man. We appreciate you so much for doing it. We appreciate all your support of our channel. And you've been great, by the way. For those who don't know, Joe's been down here since 6. He was helping us set up. He was working through Starlink with us. He was doing it all. So big thanks to you for everything today,
for slave wages, too, even better.
Yeah. Joe said to me, I think I need a Stout U hoodie from this, so I'll have to hook Joe up. Joe, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Zander.
You can just take that off and put that down. I'll mute your microphone out. So all good. Thank you so much, Joe Whip. There's Joe joining in. We appreciate everybody checking in. I'll check in on all the super chats. What do we got in super chat land? Anybody that sends a super chat, I will get to it. All right. I appreciate all of you guys for checking in right now. What a great moment this is. And I still have the camera pan. You can see the people are getting jacked up a little bit. I'll tilt it a little bit this way so you guys can see some of the crowd right here. All right. There's your front row crowd right there. You can see them posted up. You can see the guys pointing at me right there. So everybody's jacked up, man. A lot of people are continuing to file in. The crowd is getting bigger and bigger where we stand. It's a good thing we were here at 4:45 in the morning because we got a prime time spot, everybody. We have a prime time spot at the parade today, and it's unbelievable to be up here on this elevated flatbed. Thanks to my guy Jerry right here on this elevated flatbed and have this view of this city rooting this team on. It's unbelievable. What an unbelievable moment. I got drunk fans hollering at me right now. I'm brushing them off. I'm unflappable, Bob Brown. Unflappable, brother. So amazing stuff, everybody. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. All right. Hour long. We've been already live an hour and 8 minutes. That was the fastest hour and 8 minutes of my life. But we are getting ready for the parade. I'll keep it right here. Let me keep it right here. I don't want to take a break yet. I'll read some super chats. I'll continue to take a couple of chats, and I'll continue to update you on what's going on in the area right now. Prince Swayze says, click the join button to become a JAKIB member and get a chance to win a trip to this year's NFL draft. Only members. Thank you, Prince. Prince is one of our great members here on JAKIB Sports, and I can't thank Prince enough for everything he's done for us all year long. One of our great members. We got some music blaring up now. All right, the people are packing in. Prince, thank you so much, brother. CZ checks in. Elite. CZ in a helicopter flyover right there. CZ hits us with an elite. So thank you so much, CZ. Johnny Vegas checks in. Wish I could be here. be there. Proud of you, Zander. Cheers. Proud of you too, Johnny Vegas. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate your support of the channel. I appreciate all of you guys for being in here on this parade day cover. Everybody's looking at me. All of a sudden, I have become the center of attention. I'm not sure what everybody's looking at, but we appreciate them all tuning in. We got the big JAKIB Sports sign up here. The people are continuing to pack in. Boy, the guys up at the front row, they look like they're 16, 17, 8 years old, and they got up there good, man. They muscled their way up there. A lot of smoke in the air, a lot of booze in the air. So everybody's jacked up. Everybody's all jacked up here at the parade down here. I look for a couple comments from all the great people. Eagles chant, Zander. Abe, you want me to try and do it? You want me to try and get an Eagles chant done? Let me try and get an Eagles chant done. Ready? Let me go to my camera here. All right. Let me go to my camera. Let me pan it down low. All right. Look at all the people. Look at everybody celebrating. Oh, there we go. We got somebody up in the window cheering everybody on. So that's what's going on. You can see all the crowd reacting right now as they all get ready for the parade to come right by here. People are blowing the whistles for the blow the whistle song. Should we get an Eagles chant? Should we get an Eagles chant? Kevin says, did I lose my glove? I did not. Don't worry. I cannot man the controls on the computer with that. Krause, before I come to you, all right, I'm going to get an Eagles chant. Krause, you're one of the best in the world at this. I need you to get everybody in this crowd to give you an Eagles chant once they wrap up on this whistle blowing, whatever they have going on.
Let me see what's going on here for a minute.
Don't worry, we got an Eagles chant on the way. Dakota Warren just upgrades his membership. Dakota, thank you, brother. I appreciate your support of the channel. As always, we got. Nah, this is weak.
Weak.
That was terrible. Come on, ready?
Come on, let's go. One more. One more.
There we go. We got a good chant now from the crowd. Great stuff from everybody down here. We're watching right across the street from Broad Street at Market. So great moment here. And we welcome in another guest here on the show today.
Dan, glad to bring up Jerry Davis, who's with us, who it's the reason why we're standing up here today. Jerry, you can see us into the screen. It was great to have you be part of the day today. Let me try and tweak it a little bit.
Get in the shot. There you go.
There we go. First, listen, I mentioned it when I was on last time, and about Cooney and their willingness to always be a supporter. It's amazing.
Yes. Jerry Cooney is a huge Eagles fan, season ticket holder. When I told him about this opportunity, he was very excited about providing anything we could for this parade.
Yeah. Jerry, we got one of the best views in all of the city, brother. Most people are down in the crowd. And here we sit on your beautiful new flatbed truck. And we got an elevated view of the Million Strong. Bring people inside, Jerry, on the parade today from your perspective. You were down here at 5 a.m., 5:15 a.m. with us. What have you seen so far today? Bring them inside the parade from your point of view.
Yeah, it started early. I mean, it's 5:15. I heard my first Eagles chant.
Yep.
And I was kind of surprised at that. There was, not a lot of people, but just watching the crowd grow through the morning has been pretty cool. I mean, there's pretty much wall-to-wall people where we are. And I'm sure it's like that everywhere. People trying to jockey for position to see. We got a great view from our Cooney truck. We can see everything.
Yes,
no doubt about that. I did say it, and let me get through it. Hang on a minute. Let me just pull this up. By the way, great segment with Isabel Zan. Cooney Brothers, Pipe Valves Fittings in Plymouth meeting. Jerry Cooney, you'll get him at 610-272-2100. Leave an Eagle chant on that phone number. It is so great to be here. I don't want to miss the moment, Jerry, to talk about battlefields to ball fields. We and Zander, if you'll remember this, 1 year ago on the battleship, it was the Eagles in Washington, and we did a broadcast from the battleship, and that's when you rolled out your nonprofit. How's it going?
It's going slow. On that thing, I had my goal of a set of 5 people for this season. We have one. He's been on the field this year. He actually worked his first ever game with me in a scrimmage at Upper Marion High School. Our signer, Mike Terleski, in the pack. He was all for it when I described what I had and what we wanted to do with Oliver. And he was on board 100%. So we next year, Oliver and I are going to be on the same crew.
And you double it up. Listen, don't get discouraged on it. You'll double it up. We had Oliver out at Screwball, Zander, for one of our countdown to kickoff shows on a Thursday night. He's engaged, and you know how it works. You get one engaged, you get one to be part of what you envision. It's going to get there, man. It will get there.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
Because I'm not quitting.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Jared,
I'm going to keep doing it.
Great stuff. And I want you to tell everybody, for those who do not know, what exactly that is. What is Oliver doing? What's the story behind it? Give everybody a little bit of a background on what the charity is and what the goal is with it.
Well, I started officiating in 1999, worked my way up, did some college football, got out of it for a couple years. During COVID, another assigner asked me to come back and help him with high school. How I live my life is that guy who asked me to help him helped me when I first started. So, of course, I'm going to work it. So I worked for him. And at that point, I realized that how great it was to work football because it helped me with my PTSD.
Right.
And, I started this because of that. And Oliver was our first Greater Philadelphia Veterans Network. We hooked up at that. He originally was going to do basketball.
Okay.
Now, we do all sports, but football is my sport. So he said, I'm going to try football. And we started, and he's been through myself, Joe Letizia, who's from this area, another Marine. As soon as he heard what I was doing, he's on board with it. We just had a meeting Monday or Wednesday night, just going over basics with him. So we're grooming him, to take the field next year on a varsity crew in high school. And the sky's the limit for him. Wherever he wants to go, he can get there. Now, we also work in partnership with Mike Pereira's Battlefield to Ball Field. The difference between the two, he takes established officials and helps them.
Right.
Where I'm taking them from the ground floor,
Right.
never worked a game, training them, getting them to that level to where Mike can take them and hopefully get them as far as they want to go.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. Jerry Davis joining us here on our countdown to kickoff coverage of our live from the Eagles parade coverage today on the JAKIB Sports. The countdown to kickoff is where we met Oliver.
Yep.
I got myself confused there for a moment. But we're down here at City Hall. What a day it will be. Jerry, thank you so much, man.
Of course.
To you, we really appreciate it.
Thanks
Shout
for
out to
having
Mary as well. Mary was the one that executed and facilitated all of the conversations. But good stuff. Zander, we'll step aside. I'll turn it back over to you. They're coming.
They're coming.
The parade is coming. Pretty soon you'll be able to flip the camera around and we'll be able to start to see the beginning of the parade as it makes its way down South Broad Street right into your living room. Jerry, thanks a million, brother.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Good
Thanks,
stuff.
Zander.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I appreciate it, man.
Yep.
That's Jerry joining us here on the show. This is all made possible by him, everybody. So a big thanks to him. And I appreciate him for everything that he did. We got a great view of this thing. This is the way you do a parade, everybody, if you're going to do it. So major thanks to Jerry for making that happen. And you heard him just tell you about that charity that he does. So great work for veterans to get into that, to get into coaching, Battlefield to Ball Field. So well done. And flexing and stepping. Look at him. His Devontae Smith jersey. He's still up here with us. Flex, how about this view of this parade, brother? We're living large up here, aren't we, brother? I keep trying to tell these people, but they don't know. We need to get Mayor Parker. Is she around? Is Mayor Parker around here? Can we get her on the show? All right, if she's around, we're going to get her. I haven't seen her yet. We were hoping she would walk out of City Hall and join us on the show right here, live from the city of brotherly love. For those who do not know where we are, City Hall is the building you see behind me. Broad Street is directly in front of me. The Philadelphia Eagles parade will be coming directly at me, and then they will cut and turn right there, right by us, and you can see it on your camera. So they'll be coming right from there. Let me see if I can focus this camera up again a little bit for you guys. All right. And they'll be coming right down there. So great stuff. That's where the Eagles are going to be coming down. The parade has started. I already see a fire truck down there a little bit. So they could be coming to us soon here on the show. And I appreciate everybody, by the way, tuning in on our parade day coverage right here on JAKIB Sports. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, for choosing JAKIB Sports, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for doing everything. All right. Some smoke coming up at me, blowing in my face. Nobody is getting Eagles fans on the rails today. Okay. Nobody is getting Eagles fans on the rails today. And I just saw a big football game get tossed across Broad Street. So great stuff going on. The crowd continues to build. You know, I'll pan back over to our left. All right. This is left up South Penn Street right here. And you can see it's getting bigger and bigger and deeper, the crowd. So unbelievable stuff right there with the crowd. Let's pan to our right a little bit too. Excuse my shoddy camera work. I can talk to you guys all day. I'm not so good at the camera work, but I'm making do on what I can do here. All right. And you can see all the people up Broad Street. There's your media contingency there. You can see there's some people on the pole right there. You see that guy up on the pole. All right. So you got the guy up on the pole. All of the people are out in Philly and they're ready for this parade, taking it all in. If you did not make it to this parade, I look forward to seeing you at the next Philadelphia Eagles parade. Okay. I look forward to seeing you at the next Philadelphia Eagles parade because they're going to have a couple of these things. And I feel it. I feel it in the air. Joey says the guy on the pole. You see the guy on the pole. Pretty unbelievable. Akbar Divine says, I'm at the zoo stuck in traffic. Akbar, why did you believe you could leave at whatever time you left? You got to leave in the morning. Akbar, I was up from my bed this morning at 3:30 in the morning. I was showered and ready to go by 3:52. And by 3:58, I pulled out of the driveway, Akbar. And we are here now down right across from Broad. The sun is out. I'm telling you, this is an unbelievable atmosphere. The people, you can tell they're now in waiting mode. They're waiting for the fan or for the team to come by, but a lot of talk, a lot of conversation, a lot of smiles in the crowd right now, and just an amazing atmosphere to be here tonight. I will remember this broadcast forever. My first parade doing this like this. I was not able to go to the 2017 parade. I was in Alabama at the time, a freshman at Alabama. So pretty unbelievable stuff that's going on down here in Philly, man. And you know, I'm taking it all in. I hope you guys are taking it all in as well. If anybody wants to give me an update on where the parade float is, I'll give you guys an update on when they could get to me. I know the city well. So they're coming up Broad Street. They came from the link. We are, I believe, on the south side of City Hall, next to the Wanamaker building, the Widener building, and across from the Ritz-Carlton. So right across from the Ritz-Carlton, fans are lined up everywhere here in the city of brotherly love. Pretty amazing stuff. I will also show you guys my other camera view here. I'm going to get this other camera view set up for you guys as well and see what I can do here. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm doing everything on the fly, all right? So let me put that there. All right, and you'll have a little bit of a closer look at some of the people who are right in front of us, all right, who are right in front of us as we broadcast live from City Hall in Philly, all right? If you told me at the start of the year you'll be broadcasting from City Hall in Philadelphia after the Philadelphia Eagles won a world championship, I would have told you you're batshit crazy. But here we are. Here we are live in the city. You can see you got the parade shot out there. You got the crowd shot here. This is what I will do. I will do a voiceover for you guys when the parade float comes by. I'll have the camera out on the main street. All right. I'm going to try and zoom that in and get that a little bit more focused for everybody. I should be able to do that if this camera ever cooperates with me. And then the other camera will get the crowd. I'll get some of the crowd reactions and what they're doing. So just keep it locked right here on JAKIB Sports. We're going to cover all this parade all the way through. You heard Krause say it. With the amount of people around us right now, until we get out of this thing, we are going to be here for 5, 6, 7, 8 more hours. So if you're cold, get a coffee. If you're cold, get a hot chocolate because we're just getting started out here today. And I welcome back in Joe Krause to the show. Krause, welcome back into the show, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, great to be back up here. Nice to get a little bit of JAKIB Nation up here. Great to have Jerry Davis come up and talk about it. He downplays a little bit about the significance of what he's been able to do. PTSD is a serious thing, Zan. It's a serious issue. Many members of the military, veterans, struggle with PTSD. And what he's been able to do, including therapy for himself, has just been an amazing thing. So, Kango tip to Jerry Davis and Jerry Cooney for us to be up here.
Absolutely. And a big thanks to him again for what he's done for us to be up here elevated. Krause, I was showing you a picture yesterday of the parade in 2017, and the picture was taken from right up there of where we are today. And all we kept saying to each other was, look at that sea of people, and we're going to be amongst them all, above them all, elevated on the surface above them. So what a great moment this is, a great spot this is to do this parade coverage from.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And again, as you join us here on the JAKIB Sports Network, we're glad you're with us, and we're glad that we can bring you this vantage point where we are positioned on the south side of City Hall, nestled in front of this sea of people that from where we are right here, so the barricades wrap this way and then right down what is South Penn Square, you are, I want to say, 50 deep, right? At least 50
at
deep.
least 50
Probably
deep.
more than that. Think about the Broad Street run, times 30.
Right.
In terms of that, maybe more. And it's just really the vibe in the city has just been spectacular all week long.
No doubt about it. It really has. And this city's riding a high. And, I was joking with Cilio and Johnny Mack this week. You'll be tired of me by the time August rolls around, because you can't take our world championship from us until we go back to the drawing board and are back for next season. So the Eagles fans will be reveling in the journey and in being a world champion all off season long. This is really just the start here, and you can already tell how jacked up everybody is.
Again, live here on the JAKIB Sports Network. I almost wanted to transition into some conversation about the off season, but then I stopped myself because I'm like, wait a minute, the off season, the off season can wait today.
Yep.
It can pause on this Friday, Valentine's Day, as 1 million plus show up to give love back to this Philadelphia Eagle franchise. As they celebrate Super Bowl 59 and they bring the Lombardi Trophy down Broad Street. They'll end down at the Art Museum, as you know. But, boy, I'm glad we're right where we are, Zander. We're going to get a great look at everyone.
No, yes, we are. You see people up in the crowd there, Krause, up in the window sills now. Everybody, even people who are in their office buildings, are now looking and preparing for this team to come by. I don't know where the team is right now, but we are in a prime spot, Krause. I have a camera set up for the people to see the parade float coming there, and then a view at the crowd.
Pull that up for me again, this layered shot, if you will. It's just amazing to be able to see. It's on your thumbnail, but boy, the reality of actually being a part of that.
Yeah.
Is really amazing.
It's really unbelievable that we're up here, that we're doing this. I just told the people, I'll remember this broadcast forever when we're from doing this up here. And I told you, maybe we'll return and do another one soon here on JAKIB Sports, but pretty unbelievable moment. It's an unbelievable thing that this team has accomplished, and this city deserves another championship. And I'm ready for our Philadelphia Eagles dynasty, Krause. I'm ready for a dynasty of our own, and I think one is coming with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni at the helm.
Well, Nick Sirianni will certainly get paid when I assume that Howie and Jeff Lurie are going to address that for sure. I did see that the search has begun for who will replace Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, and I did see, and it's not expected, to be any other be done differently. Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie will oversee that search.
Yep, no doubt about it. And Krause, I just got word from Daz in our chat that the birds are at Broad and Spruce. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Spruce is 0.3 of a mile, 0.4 of a mile right down here. So they're moving. They're getting closer.
They're moving. They're moving closer oh man, we're 11:40 right now. They're moving in.
They're moving. Spruce and Broad is what Daz has in the chat. So pretty amazing that's where the team is, and we'll be covering it all day here on JAKIB Sports as the team will process by us. We'll see what happens with the crowd when the team moves. You know, many people would like to say they're going to go down to the Art Museum. I don't believe all 2 million people are going to be able to huddle up by the Art Museum. So
well, you know, it's an interesting dynamic. I mean, when I was down at City Hall, when I was down here yesterday, an interesting dynamic. It's Valentine's Day, traditionally a huge weekend for restaurants, for hotels in Philadelphia. And I don't want to say that there was pushback, because there was not, but there was conversations about what would the parade and the magnitude of this celebration mean for the steakhouse,
right,
for what would be a traditionally packed Friday night, right, because it's Valentine's night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they're going to want to move people in and out. So it's going to be a tough. And that's why I said earlier on the show that we should thank city workers today, because this is a process. This is a tough thing to manage, to organize, and to pull. As a guy who has experience in live events and doing,
I love live events.
I know you love live events.
I love them.
And here we are, right here with a live event coming to you live on JAKIB Sports. But it's a lot of production, a lot of planning that goes into it, a lot of hard work. So thank a city worker today, and thank a police officer, thank a firefighter. They have done a great job. And I'll give you guys a look right here at what you have going on across the way. All right, they are now on top of the Dietz and Watson. All right, so the people are getting fired up over there. And let's see if I can zoom in. Up, they're moving off. They were asked to get off of the Dietz and Watson breakfast and lunch thing there. So they are now off. But good stuff there. The people are fired up. You look over here to the bus stop. All right, and you can see on the bus stop. Look at them. Let me zoom in here. Can I zoom in? I think I'm all the way zoomed in now, but you can see the bus stop there. There's another one there. So the people are all over right now, swarming the streets of Broad Street as they prepare for the Eagles float to come by. They're at Broad and Spruce, Krause. Let me see if I can take a look down Broad and see if they're coming up. I don't see any activity yet, but they will be coming shortly. And I'll be giving them the play-by-play, or you will help me give them the play-by-play of everybody going by here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. As we wait for the team to come by, and this fan base will know. We won't even have to see them. We'll know when they are within eye shot, because this crowd is waiting. They've been patiently waiting. They've showed up early to be here, and what a special day it is. And I kind of feel as though as we stand here, and I stand here with you. You are JAKIB, and I stand here with you. This is JAKIB Nation. Yes. You're here on behalf of JAKIB Nation. So I wish we could bring, and I hope that we can get everyone from JAKIB Nation up on the flatbed.
I told them if they were in here by 8 a.m.
Bring them up.
I don't know.
What a great photo that would be. I would love to see it, just to be able to bring them right and bring them this close to what is a very, very special day in the city of Philadelphia. I'm thinking about your question. Who's going to be the Jason Kelce on the podium this year?
Joe Whipp gave me a pretty good answer, one I haven't heard yet. You want to take a crack at who he said?
No, who did he say?
He has head coach Nick Sirianni as a sleeper to give a parade speech. And, the more I thought about that answer, I'm like, he's one of the guys who was doubted the most. Now, Jalen's been doubted, but I don't see Jalen as a what's going on down there? We got a medical situation going on in front of us. So let me see if we can get some help for somebody who has a medical concern in front of us. Man down. Hopefully he is all good and safe. We will send our prayers up for him. Let's see if we can get some help.
Yeah, they're coming. EMT's coming. The police are coming right now. So
EMTs are coming. All right.
It's right down.
Little live action, everybody. You can see the cameras are shaking because of everybody jumping up and down. So hopefully he is all good. You can see the crowds right in front of us. And I'm not going to put the camera on the guy who went down, but no, we have a medical situation there. So hopefully he's all good. You can see the cops coming in here to help him out. So that happened right in front of us right here. Hopefully he is all good. For those asking, I see a question in the chat about Cilio coming on at 2. Cilio will be on at 2. All right. So no worries on that. He will be on at 2. I'll get him up. Might not have much
yeah, they're going to help
production from me, but he will be on there. So I don't know. Yeah, looks like it might be, brother. Looks like it might be too much booze, but he's all good. He's all safe and good. The cops just got him out. The EMTs are good. So he's all good. But, you know, people start looking at me. People start looking at us, Krause, as the EMTs. We can call and get help, but they did that. So
well, I mean, listen, you know, the great thing about being up this high, we can immediately at least signal over to the police officers who are directly to our right over on the other media platform. It's one thing to be able to shout for help. It's another to be able to be heard. And that's exactly what happened here. So we'll wait to see, and hopefully he's okay. But they did get him outside of the crowd. But Zander, it is as much victory and as much celebration and as much happiness as it unfolds in front of us. You always have to watch that line and not cross that line, or be prepared to help someone who has an issue come up that's not expected.
Absolutely. And I told, you know, the one piece of advice I gave to all of our people if they were going to be down here today. And I said, hey, look, you don't have to take my advice, but be safe, keep your head on a swivel, all right, and be respectful of the great people who made this event happen. So hopefully everybody stays safe today. That's always a concern when you get this many people together, but I'm not going to let it take away from the great moment. Look at the sun shining over there, Krause, on the fan. Let me see if I can get that over there on the camera. You can see, I mean, the sun is shining through on the Eagles fans over there. There's green and white confetti falling in the sky right now. Amazing stuff right now down here in Philly, across the street from Broad. I'll pan the camera around right now, and you can take a look at all of the people, all right, that are right in front of the JAKIB setup. Look at the JAKIB setup and look at all the people. Look at all the people. I hope that's coming across clear. Apologize for any of my shoddy camera work. I'm rotating the gimbal and the tripod here, but amazing. How many people are down here? They've been down here. Guys, I was down here at 4:45 in the morning. There was people screaming Eagles chants. The people were out in full force from the very start of the day today. And there's a lot of energy. And the Eagles fans, they always meet the moment, Krause. They always meet the moment.
Yeah, great. It's a great statement right there. They do meet the moment.
They do. They absolutely do. It's what makes them a great fan base. It really is. It's what makes JAKIB Sports survive. Right? You have fans who are loyal, who are passionate, who are good people, most importantly. And I love them so much because I know them. I know so many of them, right? And it's a great moment. I'm so happy for all the great fans in this city who get to enjoy this parade today. And it's really been a beautiful sight so far. Everything has gone seemingly to plan from our perspective.
Yeah, I did get an ambulance up and pulled up in front of us. So the EMT units are on the move to get the gentleman some help and get him out of all of what's happening in front of us. Again, we're live across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're super glad that you're with us today for the live broadcast. It's Krause and Zander and Krause, I should say, bringing you this live broadcast. And what a day, what a year, what a season, and in Sal Paolantonio's words, what a journey it has been for this season, all culminating today with the victory parade for the Super Bowl 59 champion Philadelphia Eagles.
No doubt about it, man. World champion, Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts, as you've now coined on the 2-minute drill across the JAKIB Sports Network. World champion Nick Sirianni, world champion Saquon Barkley, world champion Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and Keely Ringo, world champion A.J. Brown, world champion 2-time Lane Johnson and Brandon Graham. I mean, we are in a great moment in this city right now.
Tell me, what was your defining moment in Super Bowl 59? What was the moment in the game when you said to yourself, and I'm sure many people watching us today also had that moment. What was your moment when you saw that, that you said, hey, this game is lights out, this game's over?
There was 2 moments in the game for me. And one of those moments answers your question very clearly. The other moment was a more impactful moment for me as a fan. The moment that answers your question is the Cooper DeJean pick 6. Because I looked at that moment. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Eagles were up 10-0 at the time. Cooper made it 17-0. And I felt like the Chiefs were reeling early. They couldn't get anything going on offense. They were pinned inside their own 4-yard line after the Jalen interception, although this was a separate drive. But the field had flipped, and Mahomes scrambling throws the ball, and Cooper DeJean, it almost was like he didn't just snatch the ball. He snatched the soul out of the entire Chiefs football team.
Well,
and if you watch the mic'd up, Krause, I'm not sure if you got to that. You got to watch that. You can hear it on the Chiefs sideline. You can hear it on the mic'd up on the Chiefs sideline. That was my moment in the Super Bowl. My favorite moment of the Super Bowl, and Cooper DeJean was a close second, was the Jalen Hurts bomb to Devontae Smith, because I thought that was his moment of, pardon my language, fuck you, everybody that's ever doubted me in my life, in my career, as a quarterback, as a thrower of the football, I'm not going to win the big game, as a silver medalist, whatever it was the people said about him. I felt like that was his moment to say, fuck you. And I thought that was impactful and big. And I love to see that. I love to see somebody overcome the odds. I love to see somebody silence the people who have doubted and criticized and acted like he couldn't do it. And I thought that, to me, was my favorite moment of the Super Bowl for all those reasons.
It's interesting you identified both those plays. They're the subject of my 2-minute drill for today, which we'll post this evening. Both plays, the Cooper DeJean. By the way, Patrick Mahomes was sacked on the first down snap, was sacked again on the second down snap, and was at a 3rd and 16 when he snapped the football, and he rolled to his right, and he fired it over, and DeJean picked it off, and then he rolled down the sideline, got a block, and then got into the end zone. It was a great touchdown, a great pick 6 for Cooper DeJean on his birthday. And man, I tell you, that guy can jump out of the building. That guy can play. And that was a spectacular, spectacular play by Cooper DeJean. And then your other choice, the Jalen Hurts dagger to Devontae Smith, was right on the money. And those 2 plays were just some of the many great ones in Super Bowl 59.
No doubt about it. 2 big plays there. What an electric player Cooper DeJean is. A rookie making that type of a play in that type of a moment. Unbelievable. And look, this team is filled with stories like that. We did it the other night. I posted a short the other night that blew up all over social media. This is not a team that was viewed as a collection of all-stars, a collection of superstars coming in. Every single one of these players had their share of doubt in one way or another, and the way they overcame the odds is a Philly-esque story, and they got the job done, which is most important, because that's only ever happened once in this city, in this franchise's history, outside of the championships prior to the Super Bowl era. But unbelievable moment, and all of those things contributed to this, what was really a special season across JAKIB Sports and in the entire city.
Yeah, that dagger from Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith. And the Eagles went on to win, as we know, went on to win that Super Bowl. But, man, they were 2 of the great plays. And, again, subject of my 2-minute drill. Check it out tonight on the JAKIB Sports channel. And you decide what is your favorite call, what was your favorite play from Super Bowl 59.
You let us know in the chat box. I do want to read a couple of super chats, Krause. I never let a super chat go, so I will get to a few of them now. Q Ball checks in. What's up, Q? I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody watching right now. Krause, we got 1,600 strong across all the JAKIB platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and on my Twitter as well. Consuming our parade day coverage right now. Big thanks to all of you guys. You hear the cheers building in the crowd. The parade float is getting closer, and you can see everybody. You see the guy walking across. The crowd's now going crazy. Well done by all the Eagles fans here today. Q Ball checks in. Yo, Zander, love the show. Thanks for doing this. I got stuck at work, so I couldn't go. At least 7 Eagles players coming to Oxford Valley Mall in Langhorne on Sunday. Enjoy it all. Go Birds. Q, maybe I'll meet you out there at the Langhorne Valley, the Oxford Valley Mall in Langhorne, brother, for that Eagles stuff going on. But I appreciate you checking in, Q Ball. We got horns. We got sirens. Let me pan to the crowd, Crossy.
Yeah, it's get us off the screen, man. You see what's out there.
Let me pan to the crowd. Great stuff here in Philly right now. And you can see I added the section of the fans here right in front of us. Everybody's got their phones up. You can tell that in the top right corner, you'll see all of the fans are patiently waiting as they look out on Broad Street. And the main camera here, which I will full screen for a second, is the coverage of Broad Street. I'd like to try and clear that camera up for everybody. Make sure it's as clear as it can be, because this parade float is not far away, everybody. It's not far away. It'll come by us. It'll make your left, all right, and go over that way and proceed to the Art Museum, where they will conclude and have their parade speeches. So we probably have how many thousand people are right in front of us here, Krause, would you say? 3,000 to 5,000 people, maybe?
Yeah, more than that.
More than that?
Yeah,
10,
you got more than that.
10 to 15, 20,000?
Do a 180-degree turn from right to left, and you're looking at...
It's nonstop, people.
You're looking at 25,000 people.
Yeah. 25,000 people strong. So we are packed in right now around the Broad Street at City Hall, all right, at the South Penn Square, which is a great spot, by the way. If you've never been down in the city of brotherly love, you've never been down here, this is a beautiful part of the city. It really is. City Hall, you got the beautiful buildings, the beautiful skyscrapers. This is what makes Philly great. I love this city so much. And to see it in this day, in this moment, with everybody here, the energy is high. It's really a great thing to see. So well done by everybody checking in. Well done by all the great people who are in the city and who are consuming the coverage after the fact. I will keep you guys on the parade for now. I'll throw up the fans as well in your right corner. All right, and you can see all the great people around us as they wait for the team, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, to proceed by us right here at Broad and South Penn. So they will be making the turn right in front of us. All right, the Eagles will have to have a look at the JAKIB Nation flatbed truck as we stand here today. We got Flex and Joe Whip still up on the stage. Isabel and Emily are still up on the stage.
Yeah, they're doing some content. They're out there getting some content with JAKIB Nation.
That mic? Did she get the mic?
Yeah, she got the mic. She's working content right now.
So we'll have all that content being posted up on JAKIB later on today. This is one piece of content that we will do today. We'll have many shorts and all sorts of things coming here on it. So well done by everybody checking in. CD says, go Birds, EAGLES, Eagles. Go Birds, brother. Appreciate you checking in. Dirty D says, thanks for doing this, Zander. So happy I can watch the parade live from Georgia. Go Birds. Thank you, brother, for being here. Thanks, everybody, for checking in. Over 1,700 watching right now across all the JAKIB channels. So big thanks to all of you for watching, and your Philadelphia Eagles are world champions once again, as Krause does it. So well done.
We're going to do it together. Ready?
All right.
Jalen Hurts has done it. Your Philadelphia Eagles are the world champions of football.
Well done, everybody. We are world champs once again. And the Philadelphia Eagles overcame every odd put in front of them this year. And you can see the great fans of this team and of this city out here in full force today. I'd like to try and pan this camera a little bit, if I can, to just show you guys how many people we're talking about here and how many are lined up just at this one intersection. And this is one intersection, as I mentioned to you guys, one intersection right here on JAKIB. So This is where we're set up. This is my vantage point. One day, Krause will be big enough to have cameras at every street corner when we cover a parade. But what a great moment this is. The people are fired up, and the parade float is getting closer.
Well,
Krause.
by the way, that early roar was Jason Kelsey with a crew walking by. And that was part of what that early roar was. So you know that the parade, as it makes its way down Broad Street, coming right at us here at City Hall, is moving along. We're about an hour into what was the start of the parade. Again, at the end of Broad, down at Lincoln Financial Field. Is where it all began, now making its way down here. They're on schedule according to what the city feels right now. 2 o'clock is when they're supposed to arrive at the Art Museum. If they get here by 12:30, perhaps they get there. But this is where the bottleneck happens when you come in and you come down, Zander, off of South Broad, and then you bang around the square, cross over in front of Market, in the front side of City Hall, and then make that left heading down the long stretch of the Parkway. The bottleneck is right in here.
Yeah, we're right in the thick
the
of it.
bottleneck.
Yeah.
So it'll take a little time for the parade to work its way through here. But boy, when it does, we'll turn up the open mic and you'll be able to enjoy it. We'll bring you right in with open mics, and you'll be able to hear some of that great celebration.
No doubt about it. And you can see all the state troopers out there now, Krause, as they prep for this parade float to come through. Krause, I've never experienced the parade, all right? I was not at the Philadelphia Phillies parade after their 2008 World Series win, and I was a freshman or a sophomore, at the University of Alabama when the Philadelphia Eagles won. So this is my first ever championship parade outside of the Alabama championships when we stormed the campus like crazy. But this is a sight to be seen. If you've never been to one, you got to get the one. This is amazing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Nobody does it like they do it here in Philadelphia, and the fan base is long, deep, and it's all over the world. As we are finding out, just being a part of JAKIB Nation and JAKIB Sports, and the depth of the fan base is just absolutely amazing. There are Eagle fans, Zander, as you know, and as everybody watching knows, there are Eagle fans everywhere. So we're waiting now for everything to roll through. We're glad you're with us here on the JAKIB Sports.
And I got him looking right now
network.
at a guy up on a pole. You see the guy on the pole over there to our right on South Penn. So he's over there, and we are right here across from Broad Street waiting for the parade float. I think I see the first bit of the parade coming down toward us. So you can tell the energy in the crowd is building right now. And if you didn't get here early, it's going to be tough to get a view because the people are packed to the gills, Krause. They're packed to the gills right now. I mean, from where this started to where it is right now, it's crazy to think just a short time ago we were setting up right here. And now the thing is packed, man. Krause, you go down to Market Street. This thing is flooded all the way to the back to the Wanamaker building. Sun is shining bright over there across the street as well. You can kind of see that in the camera where I displayed it. That's a nice spot to be for those fans over there in that sunshine. So God has come through for us today. He's gave us a beautiful day. It's not too cold out here. It's a little nipply, but it's not too cold out here today. The wind is calm. The sun is out. And the Philadelphia Eagles are your world champions of football.
Well,
and we are celebrating it today.
And I'll tell you this, Zander, if you're watching, and I'm glad you have the camera not on us, but on the on just the stationary shot of Broad Street. And I'll tell you this, when you start to see the state troopers start to take their position, and you start to see everybody start to settle in, they're within range, and it'll be great to be able to, without words, be able to bring the people watching here on the JAKIB Sports Network right into the parade just with open microphones. Let them hear and feel some of the great energy that will be part of that moment when they come into this groundswell. Remember this, the one unique perspective about being here is in this square, and you look at all of the tall buildings that surround City Hall, and you look at this, and then you drop down into street level.
Right.
You drop into what is like a gully. So you're in this vacuum. So when the crowd erupts, this is where
Yes.
it will be the loudest.
It's such a great point.
On this day. It will be loud on the Parkway. It was loud down at Lincoln Financial Field. It will be loud. But right in here.
Right. This is where they reach a dead end.
And right in here, all of that sound that is being held in, it is going to be the loudest right here. What a moment that is going to be. Record the audio because I think it's going to be a spectacular, special moment. This whole day is, but that's going to be significant.
No doubt about it. It's a great point by you, and the visual you just gave to the audience was perfect on where we are and what surrounds us in the great city of Philadelphia right now. By the way, this is a beautiful area of the city, isn't it, Krause? I mean, these buildings are beautiful. You look at the structures. I love great architecture. This is a really beautiful area of the city right now, and what a privilege it is to be broadcasting from right here, next to City Hall, next to the Wanamaker Building, next to the Widener Building, next to the Ritz-Carlton. We're in a great spot. So big thanks to you for setting this up, getting us the approval from City Hall. But what a great spot this is to be. And as you mentioned, this is the bottleneck. This is where they will make that left to start to go toward the art museum and the Rocky Steps. So that will be great to see, and they'll be going right by us soon here on JAKIB Sports.
Yeah, as we mentioned, we're about an hour and 5 minutes in to the celebration today. It's Zander and Krause along with JAKIB Nation broadcasting to you live on the JAKIB Sports channel. And we're so glad that you are with us to share the moment. That was the reason why. That was one of the reasons why it made so much sense to try and get here to be able to share with your community and the JAKIB Nation, a big part of what this day is all about. There's a lot of broadcast entities in town. There's a lot of media choices that people can make when it comes to being able to consume content. And I'm appreciative and I am thankful and I am so glad to be able to meet JAKIB Nation today. And as you said, yes, Eagle fans do meet the moment and JAKIB Nation meets the moment. And whether you like us or dislike us or agree or disagree, we appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being there.
We absolutely do. And I do want to ask everybody in the chat, everybody watching right now, wherever you are, okay, drop in the chat where you're watching us from or the parade from. I see my guy, Philadelphia Underdogs. He is at the Art Museum. I saw one guy checking in from Georgia. I think we have a couple Florida viewers. Where is everybody watching from?
How do we get Philadelphia? How do we get him up on the? How do we get him up? How do we get him up on the chat? Is there a way to get him up live right now?
You mean join us from where he is?
Yeah.
I can send him a link. Philadelphia, if you want to email me, I'll send you a link and see if you want to join us.
Yeah, send him a link to his cell phone. Let's get him up. Let's get some engagement here. He said he's at a great spot down at the Art Museum. Would love to see where he is. We will not be down at the Art Museum. We're going to watch it up on the big screen.
Yeah, we'll be watching it
from down here as we continue to broadcast broadcast for the entire day here across the JAKIB Sports Network. And hopefully we'll get a chance to bring you down into the Art Museum. Very, very special day. This this day will be. And as you said, Zander, you're going to remember it for a long, long time.
Absolutely, I will. And look at the people checking in, Krause. This is one of my favorite things about JAKIB Nation is we have people from all areas of the world, all walks of life, all different races, colors, religions, and creeds, and they all converge on our channel or in this city if they're not on our channel to cheer on for this team. So check it out. Checking in from London, UK.
Hey, you know what's good? You know what's neat about him checking in from London, UK? I want to try and figure out how JAKIB Sports can do a collab with that NFL. What was the site?
YouTube channel. The YouTube
YouTube channel. The
Maybe
UK,
Tony can connect us.
The UK account over in London. I'd love to figure out some sort of a collab, even if it's just a shared broadcast one day. Would love to figure that out. Tony, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
No doubt about it. We got South Carolina. We got Texas. We got Dublin, Ireland, Krause. We got Dallas, Texas. We got Tampa, Florida here. We got you definitely have viewers in the Peach State. Love our Philly Dogs. I love it, brother. Hey, let me tell you something about your Philly Dogs, Blind Squirrel. What players they are. What leaders, what champions. They are the guys that have championship DNA on this Eagles team. All right. And they deserve all the credit in the world. As a fan of Georgia is what I assume you are. I'm an Alabama guy, so no hard feelings, but what great players. What an honor it is to have them represent the city of Philadelphia and play for this football team. And what a difference they have made on this football team. So amazing stuff from you. We got a guy checking in from Chicago, Margate. I love it. Ohio, South Carolina, Space Coast, Florida, St. Louis, Phoenix, Arizona, Georgia, New Mexico, North Carolina, Louisiana, Shenandoah.
Hey, don't jump so quick over Shenandoah, Pennsylvania,
yeah,
brother.
there you go.
You know, I'm a cold cracker, man. I'll get a shout out to Shenandoah.
That's the legend Philly Don, Krause.
I love it, man. Good stuff.
Great stuff from Philly Don. Did you see the picture of Philly Don sent me of his grandson rocking the JAKIB Sports merchandise? Did I show you that
you
picture?
did. It was a great pic.
Yeah, great picture. So big shout out to King James is what I call him in the chat. And we appreciate you, Philly Don, and your grandson and all the great people who are listening right now. The parade is precise. Boy, look at the sun coming up, Krause. Everything is becoming more and more beautiful as we broadcast to you live. God gave us a beautiful day in the city of brotherly love to celebrate this parade.
Man, look at this lineup. This is pretty cool. People writing in where they're watching us today.
New Hampshire, Niagara Falls, Huntsville, Alabama, Buffalo, Dunmore. We love it, man.
Can I get a Naples, Florida? Anybody down in Naples, Florida watching us? That would be good. Anybody down in Cape May, New Jersey watching JAKIB Sports? Would love to see somebody down there watching us. Good stuff from all over the place. I always said what I would love to do, and I think I said this to you about a month or so ago, was inside your studio, if you put up a map of the world, right? And then on that map, you put stick pins to identify viewers and subscribers.
Right.
That map would be filled.
It would be filled
from everywhere. Which is just an amazing thing to bring everybody here and get them collectively celebrating the Eagles on a daily basis, learning and educating and criticizing this football team from a smart fan base. Just a great thing, Zander, and it's pretty cool to say.
It absolutely is, Krause. And I want to give a shout out to this person because this is a first for me. A Hong Kong listener right now, all the way in China. So if you don't know the reach of JAKIB Sports, think about that for a second.
Wait a minute. Is that in Naples, Florida? Come on.
Naples, Florida. There you go. From Keith Crespin. We got a lot of Naples.
Right, Keith,
Joe Whip, Krause, who's here with us today, is a big Naples guy. So he always tells me when you're down in Naples, you reach out to me.
Well, listen. If you reach out to Joe Whip when you're down in Naples, you get them to take you out on one of the beautiful golf courses there.
Yeah.
You know that already. They
Absolutely.
are spectacular down
I
there.
won't shoot a very good score, but I'll head out there.
That's all right, bro. You're working too hard, man, right now.
I
You know,
I'm working too much right now to get the golf game improved. But boy, what a scene this is right now, Krause. You can feel the energy building as the parade float comes a little bit closer to us. If I take a peek and move over to my right and take a peek down Broad Street, you can start to see some of the activity up the road. You know, I love what this team is doing right now. They're not rushing through this at all. It seems to me that they are taking the time to kind of take in each spot and give each fan, wherever they're watching from, a little bit of glory. So I love to see that. And they'll be with us shortly here, probably in the next 20, 30 minutes. They'll be down to our area.
Walk down memory lane from Greg Miller. He said, "Hey, I've been an Eagles fan since from the Eagles Raiders Super Bowl back in '80. Jaws and Wilbert Montgomery, and I'll never forget that game in 1980. And I guess I was a sophomore in high school, and we were doing shots at JD for every point that was scored in that game. And by the time that Super Bowl was over, it was a loss that I don't want to remember.
Yeah,
I don't want to remember. But good stuff, Greg. Thanks for that memory. Back to '80 for sure.
And Krause, I'm looking up at the skyscrapers right now. You see over here in this what looks like a business building, or maybe a luxury apartment complex of some sorts. And if you look to the fifth,
that's the Ritz residence, dude.
The Ritz, is that what that is right there?
That's the Ritz residence.
The Ritz residence. The 5th story high, you see a big eagle banner hanging off his balcony wall. So you can tell that's one of my favorite things about this city. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The people show the freak up, dude, and they support this football team in this city. It's really an amazing sight right now down here. I wish everybody watching at home had the chance to experience this, because it's an unbelievable thing. It really is. Just looking at all these fans, looking at the way they're all hanging out, conversing. And now the sun, man. I'm a big sun guy. You guys know this, all right? I've told you all this before. I love the sun, and the sun is peeking out beautifully across the street on Broad Street. So great stuff in the parade, inches closer to where we are. You can see the Ritz-Carlton pulled off the big overhang because too many people have trampled it in previous years.
Yeah, it hasn't gone up since the conference championship victory, which resulted in a celebration on Broad Street. They took it down prior to that. And they'll put it back up when this day concludes. But that's all part of it. That's all part of what it means to be a Philadelphia fan, what it means to live in this city, what it means to, or perhaps not live in this city, but be a diehard Eagles fan, be a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. And it is for all of us just a great opportunity and a great experience to be able to be part of this very, very special day today as we come to you live from down at City Hall, 1 hour and 16 minutes into the live event, the Super Bowl 59 World Championship Parade for your Philadelphia Eagles. And what a day it is, Zander. And I sometimes I feel as though we sound repetitive when we say that. And I think sometimes you become overwhelmed with some of the emotion that's happening around you. So pardon or excuse the repetitive statements sometimes that I make. But I don't do it purposely. I just get caught up in what is real and what is live and what is happening in front of us.
Well, you know what I love about it, Krause, is we have a great community here on JAKIB, and I pride myself on being real. And I think that what you just described as being somewhat repetitive is real, because you look at this city. How many Eagles fans this week have woke up with a repetitive feeling of joy and happiness and glory for what this team accomplished this year? So while you say that, and I understand it certainly, I think there's a level of realness to it that people can resonate with, because You know, I get in bed at night right now, and I continue to get down. I lay my head as I'm about to rest, and I say, man, what a feat this was this year. What an accomplishment for this team. What a journey this has been. So I think there's a level of transparency and a level of something that people can relate to in that, and it's a beautiful thing.
I don't know what the official numbers will be when it's all said and done today for the number of fans that have come into the city of Philadelphia. I will tell you, and I saw someone list out in the chat 1.8 million.
I think it's going to be
expected. And they may be right.
They might be right.
Remember what I said. The city was preparing today for what was going to be the largest celebration ever.
Yep.
The weather is perfect for it. The feeling and the pride and the happiness of the Super Bowl feels bigger this time. And that's not being disrespectful to the last Super Bowl championship.
No, I agree.
It just feels different. And maybe perhaps, as you said, it was all part of what is the beginning of what they're saying is the golden age. I think you termed that.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe. It's a great vibe. And if it's 1.8 million, maybe it gets to 2 when it's all said and done.
And it certainly looks like it, or feels like there could be that many people here. You know, we talked about thanking the great people who have helped set this up. Krause, just this intersection right here. Just this intersection right here is a lot to handle. And you think about the millions who are lining up and down Broad Street right now. So pretty incredible stuff. Pretty incredible stuff here. We got some action happening in front of us right now. There's always action happening in front of us. That's what happens down at the parade. But so far, so good. Everything seems to be going good. And I apologize to the JAKIB fans who were supposed to meet me down here.
Where are they?
Krause,
here. We just got to get them up,
Krause,
right?
I don't want to pick on Akbar. All right, Akbar, if you're listening, I love you, brother. I don't want to pick on you. He sent me a message today. I'm showering and on my way. It was 10 a.m. I said, Akbar, are you outside your God-blessed mind, my friend? You got to be here at 6, 7 a.m. to get a spot. So now, if you got here today or now, you need a helicopter drop into us, brother. You're not getting us. A lot of activity right now in front of us here.
A lot of let's go birds down in front of us, getting Eagle chants. We'll get everybody and bring everybody into what is a spectacular day today. It's Zander and Krause broadcasting to you from down on South Penn Square on the south side of City Hall. The camera focus right now is down at or showing you Broad Street coming straight up to us as we wait for the parade to make its way here into us, and we'll bring it to you, and we'll open up the mics and let you experience what will be a magical moment when it does get here. And we're glad to be with you live, and a shout out to everybody who is joining us live as we start to see perhaps a glimpse of what will be the arrival into South Penn Square as we wait for the parade to come into us here as part of the celebration today. And Zander, we might soon begin to prepare ourselves to go open mics for the fan base and let them hear what it's like when the parade rolls into South Penn Square.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can see the cop car here coming through now. You're starting to see the first couple of things that the parade will be going by us right here on JAKIB Sports. So pretty amazing stuff right now. We got big crowd in front of us. It's packed to the gills. When I say to the gills, people can't move. It looks like if you're trying to move, you better have a friend. You better have somebody helping you because you're not going to move well. Somebody in front of us is shooting silly string and all sorts of shit. So we got a lot of stuff going on right now on a beautiful day in the city of brotherly love as we celebrate to continue to celebrate the world championship that the Philadelphia Eagles won this year. Well done by them.
You know, we sent Isabel out after she was on. We sent her out to the crowd just to get some content. She's out and about, and then I had her put a headset on, Zander, just because I wanted to get a little bit of a vibe. What's the vibe out there, Isabel? We know everybody's jacked up. We know everybody is juiced for sure. But what's the vibe in terms of the people you've been talking to?
They are feeling as good as they look, folks. They are pumped up. They are ready for the Birds to come back by. This Super Bowl meant a lot to most of them. You know, I had a funny question for a lot of them. Would they be willing to give up their firstborn child for a Birds three-peat? The amount of people that said yes was almost unfathomable.
Well, you got to you got to repeat before you can three-peat.
That's exactly. So, you know, some people had some logic
Try and get Isabel in here.
shared that.
Let me bring this shot in here. Bring this full screen in.
Wow, this is Jacob right here.
Let me say this. This is a moment. I'm going to steal 1 second from the Eagles moment today. My daughter Isabel joining us here on the JAKIB Sports Network with Zander Krause and Isabel Krause. Wow, I'm missing Joseph. I'm missing Brittany. I'm missing Kateri. The rest of the JAKIB part that make up JAKIB. But what a special day! What a special moment this is for me.
I mean, I'm honored to be a part of the JAKIB content team.
I got news for you. The people know you now. They're going to be calling for Isabel to return to the network. So you are now ingrained in JAKIB Nation, whether you like it or not.
I'm taking over the hot takes. I'm going to come on with the hot takes for you guys. I'm going to say some things that you may not agree with. So get ready for Isabel on JAKIB Live. But let me tell you guys, the audience is great. They are feeling good today. They've been drinking since 5 a.m., some of them, and they're staying with it. I'm pretty impressed by it, and they're ready for the Birds to pass by. They're very excited.
Yeah, Birds are getting close to us now here. I'm assuming they're on they're right up a couple blocks from us on Broad Street as they make their procession down Broad and prepare to cross by where we are here at Broad and South Penn, right outside of City Hall. You got your entire media contingency to my right. You got all the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles to my left. And right in front of us, we have our up close and personal, the fans who got here early, who were able to secure the first 5, 6, 7, 8 rows to see the champion Philadelphia Eagles go by on the parade float. What a great moment this is. What a great spot we're broadcasting from right here. How about that sun shining up on the fans over there?
Oh, my gosh, it looks beautiful. I see green confetti flying in the air. I mean, you can see the Eagles, the Bird spirit in the air today, folks. It is awesome. It is an awesome day to be in Philly. Let me say that.
It is.
It is an awesome day to be a Birds fan.
It is an awesome day to be a Birds fan. This is why people are Birds fans.
All of your content, by the way, Isabel, will post up on all of our socials, not only today, but over the next few weeks. So I'm glad you're out there getting some good content. It's probably crazy content too. It really is.
They are fun.
You don't know what you're going to get or what to expect when you put a microphone in front of one. It must be a lot of fun out there.
I think you guys will see that in some of the clips. You'll see my facial expression. I'm taken back by a lot of these answers. I didn't expect it, but Philly fans, they never disappoint. They never fail to surprise you, and that's what makes them the best.
Well, as Zander said it earlier, that, Philly fans meet the moment always, Zander, and I think they're going to meet the moment today. As we wait for the arrival, the parade is underway. We thank everyone for being with us here on JAKIB Nation. The parade coming in and making its way towards South Penn Square. And just to give you a perspective I said this to Zander, and I want you to think about this, where we are, surrounded by all of the large buildings that wrap around this one part of City Hall, the south side of City Hall. So when the parade comes into this area and the crowd erupts, we will go open mic. And what the level of energy that you'll feel, you won't feel anywhere else on this parade route.
Oh my gosh, you will never feel something like that again. I mean, we are right up next to them. I can feel the energy already. I feel it increasing as they're counting down. They're shouting up to us, what's the update? Where are they located? They are eagerly waiting right now, and I just know it is only going to increase. It's going to be a once in a lifetime feeling to be looking over them right now and getting to see it in action. It's going to be really cool. So I'm happy you guys get to see this perspective as well.
Well, good stuff from Isabel Krause joining us here along with Zander and Isabel. I'm Joe Krause on the JAKIB Sports Network. Zander, throw up that other parade shot for them if you can, so everybody watching us here on the JAKIB Sports channel can get a good look at what's happening. Isabel, good stuff. Get back out there.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Be safe.
Yes.
All right.
I will be safe.
Keep your head on a swivel.
I'll be safe, but I'll be on the edge. I'm looking for the crazies out there, folks. Don't worry.
Find the crazies and get the content, because that's what the great people of Philadelphia will love to see. It is well done.
Thank you, folks.
There's Isabel Krause here joining us on the show. What a great moment that was, by the way. And I appreciate all of you guys who listen in every single day on JAKIB Sports. And you know, these are cool moments for us. I know it's not as personal for you guys, but I call you guys my family, and I will treat you as such. Okay, that's a special moment for us there. My dad, my sister, and myself are here on the broadcasting live from a championship parade. So what a great moment that was. And by the way, I'll have to have a conversation with Isabel later on this evening or at some point in the future. I'm not sure she's aware of what she just did. I'm not sure she's aware of what she just did, but I will talk to her about that later on and see if she will make her return to JAKIB Nation, all right, and to the channel as well. So she is a media star as well, better than I am, better than I'll ever be. So well done by her for joining here on the show. Man, this is a beautiful spot. I think you guys can see on the camera now. There goes a big firework. That guy will probably be kicked out, but he's getting them off. You can see him on the camera right now.
Keep that camera right there, Zander.
Let me zoom that sucker out so people can see a little bit more. And I'll full screen that shot right there for everybody. And you can see where the fireworks are coming from. The sun is shining brightly out there.
By the way, that's crazy to do.
I know that guy's going to get booted right before the team gets here. But anyway, people are going to do it. And here comes the cop. You can see a big percent. Okay, here it comes, everybody. The parade is clearly in range. You can see the police motorcycles. Let me see if I can zoom in just a touch on that. All right, and show you guys what we're working with here. But that's your first look at what will seemingly be the Eagles parade coming by right now. Broadcasting live here on JAKIB Sports for the Philadelphia Eagles Championship Super Bowl parade. You can see.
I don't know if that was I don't know if that may have been intentional. Those fireworks being set off there. I don't know.
I don't know if they were or not. You can see a big piece of confetti is in the air. Another firework going on. The crowd is starting to really get into it. The people are picking up. I'll give you guys another look at the crowd over here. You can see the phones are up. The people are on each other's shoulders. A lot of stuff going on now. So you can tell the excitement in the air is building as your championship Super Bowl Eagles proceed down Broad and come closer to where we are here at Broad and South Penn. This is a great spot to be, everybody. We are right outside of City Hall. City Hall was the building you saw behind me. You guys still have my sound? Did you mute my mic out?
No, you're good.
I'm good. Am I still up? I got a comment. We lost sound, but no. Hopefully you guys still have me on the chat. Now let me know if you guys still have me in the chat.
No, they should have you.
They should have me. Good stuff. You can see the cop bikes there. All right, to your right of your screen, and here comes more cop cars. That sun has kind of taken away some of the clarity from our shot. I'll see if I can improve it a little bit, but it's unlikely with the sun and with the camera I'm using. We're working with what we have here, but overall, pretty good look at what we have. Yeah, so Josh B says our noise gate is too much, so the crowd noise is not yet there. Hopefully we can bust that noise gate a little bit, Krause, and get some of that sound, that gnat sound when the team comes by. But obviously we are getting close. You can see all of the Super Bowl parade beginnings, okay, with the cops and the cops on the bikes and everything that's happening right now. The team will be processing right in front of us, right here on the JAKIB Sports YouTube channel. Over 1,900 watching right now. Let's get that number to 2,000. Hit that like button. Tell a friend. Share the link to your social media platforms. Tag me on X at Real Zander. Tag JAKIB Sports on any platform. I will reshare it when I get off the air. And we appreciate all of you guys for checking in right now. If you haven't hit the like button, what are you doing? I appreciate that, RMP. Thank you so much. Good to see everybody in here. You can hopefully hear
Comes
some
the
of that
men in,
noise.
all the men in blues, and they're making their way through, coming up, and I hope you can see them on the camera, making their way through, coming north on Broad Street to City Hall.
I'm going to work the camera a little bit if I can when the parade gets here. I'll try and zoom in on some people. I do want to give you guys a chance to consume the moment and hear, hopefully hear a little bit of the sound, Krause. I don't know if there's a way that we can set up a mic to kind of position it to get some crowd audio. I don't know if we have that ability, but if we do, I'd love to do it. I know it might be an on-the-fly request, but I think the people would love to hear the Eagles fans getting jacked up. I still got Flex and Joe Whip to my left. I got Emily and Isabel to my left. We got Jerry and Mary here up here. So well done. A great crew here bringing you guys the live coverage of the Eagles parade, Super Bowl parade, number 2 in Eagles history, everybody. Number 2 in Eagles history. Enjoy this moment. I'm going to let you guys watch this a little bit. I'll be here. I'll be here. Big contingency of police officers coming down, the men in blue, as my father referred to them as. The crowd noise is amplifying. That sun has washed out our camera a little bit, but it's holding strong. The internet has been superb today. Thanks for all for tuning in. Thanks all for tuning in.
Let me see if I can get this set up here, Zander.
A thunderous Eagles applause. A thunderous Eagles chant from the crowd. A thunderous one. That was an Eagles chant I hope you guys heard. That was a good one right there.
Well, here we go, Zander. The moment we've been waiting for, and the moment for JAKIB Nation to enjoy the World Championship Parade.
There's your first parade float coming in the red truck. Out here. And there's the Lombardi Trophy.
I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying to me?
There's a setting where you can, where anything below a certain level doesn't come through the mic. We're still here live with you guys. As the world champions go by. Hopefully you can hear some of the gnat sound in the building. Unbelievable moment right now. I'm taking it all in with each of you. I'm taking it all in with each of you. Who's that BG up there spraying the beer? That is zoomed all the way in, everybody. What a moment this is. What a surreal moment this is for this city. To see this parade, the player, you can see the excitement on all their faces from here. The confetti is in the air. What? Never a time for a shot right now. That's all right. A lot of audio coming in here now, but this is an unbelievable moment. As these parade floats go by, I have the visual on the screen for you to see. The confetti is flying in the air, and the world champion Philadelphia Eagles are embracing each moment with the fans here in Philadelphia. Wow, Zander. Look at this, man. It's unbelievable right now. This is why we're fans of this team. How many floats is that? How many buses is that now? They got up to 10 buses, I think, at least, that have gone by us here. Give you another look at the other shot from where I am. The fans in front of me. Jack Straw, tough to make out who each player is, but you can see the players and their wives and their girlfriends and everybody taking it all in. You know, there's two different types of players, it looks like, that I see on these parade floats. You got guys who are jacked to the gills, throwing beers, shotgunning beers, interacting with the crowd. And you have players who sit back and take it all in. Still more to come. I see more parades, more parade buses up the street on Broad Street. All right, I'll zoom out a little bit. See if you can see a look at them now on the left side of your screen. I'll zoom back in when they come in here. That was an unbelievable spectacle watching that. I wish everybody had a little bit more Nat sound. I apologize for that Nat sound, but unbelievable. The ruckus crowd here, everybody chanting Eagles, the players interacting, and here comes another bus here. What an amazing moment. What an amazing moment this is. This is why we're fans of football. And here comes what could be the last and final bus, which looks like it's loaded with players. It's loaded with players, that bus.
Wow.
You could see them all. They're chucking beers off cop cars. Oh, my goodness. What a moment. What a moment. A pickup truck decked out in flag. And we got more. We got more coming. There is more coming, everybody. More coming. Appreciate everybody tuning in on the JAKIB live coverage of the Philadelphia Eagles Championship Super Bowl Parade as we broadcast live across the JAKIB Sports Network. The parade is now almost gone by us in totality. And you see two more world champion buses going by us, filled with Eagles family members and players.
Look at this,
Giving
Zander.
salutes to the crowd.
Look at this.
Is that a coach's bus there? Is that Howie Roseman I see? Is that Lane Johnson on the back?
Look, Zan. Right down in front of us, popping champagne.
And the guy in the middle of the street, you can see him popping champagne.
Who's that?
Is that Nolan Smith?
It
That's Nolan
is.
Smith. That's Nolan Smith. See Nolan Smith, everybody? Popping champagne at the crowd. There's Nolan Smith in the tan t-shirt right there. That's Nolan Smith right there, jacking up the crowd. Oh, my God, that's unbelievable. You got your parade float over here. Nolan jumped off. Who's that, Josh Sweat? Look at Nolan. Look at Nolan interacting with the crowd. That's unbelievable. Look at Nolan. He's got a kid on his shoulders. Nolan! Look at Nolan Smith. That's unbelievable footage right there of him with the kid on his shoulders. Taking him on the parade tour. You got more buses incoming. What a moment. What a moment that was. It took me a second to realize that that was future all-pro pass rusher Nolan Smith. And now it looks like more players dancing in the streets. What a moment that was with Nolan Smith. I'm so happy that unfolded right here in front of us on JAKIB.
No doubt about that. That youngster will remember that forever.
I love moments like that because I feel as though those are the moments that change people's lives. Nolan is back. You see him at the bottom of the screen. Nolan is back. He's booted. You can tell he's juiced up a little bit. Look at him, man. He's taking it all in. L-E-S, Eagles, and he starts a big Eagles chant. He's jacked up. He is jacked up, man. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know who that other player is with him right there in the Got the W shirt. I'm not sure who that is with Nolan. But boy, Nolan Smith could be jumping to my favorite player, to the top of my list for favorite player. There's another parade float going by, and you see Nolan walking off now, finally. And the procession of ambulances and police cars, which might signal the back of the parade line. And I came off briefly there to show you guys what Nolan Smith was doing to keep the crowd engaged and get them all jacked up. The response to him was electric right here. That was a great moment right there.
Oh,
with Nolan.
man.
What a great moment that was with Nolan Smith right in front of us. And it looks like that was the end of the parade there. At least the parade where we are. It obviously will continue, and you'll start to see some fans disperse from here to try and make it to the art museum. I don't know if any of the fans who are in front of me, with all due respect to each and every one of them, and I got love for all of them, I don't know if they're aware of what they're walking into. I don't think they're going to make it over to the art museum, but they will try nonetheless.
Well, you'll see it to the left, Zan. You'll see what happens now. People will file around the backside of City Hall, and then a lot of people are going to try and make their way down to the art museum and get down there for the speeches and everything else, because once everything finally works its way and circulates through, this part of the vantage point becomes secondary to what's about to unfold when they get down to the art museum.
Yeah, which is going to be another unbelievable scene, and we'll be tuning in on that. Obviously across the JAKIB Sports Network. We will not be down at the art museum. This is where we are situated for good, but what a great moment that was there. Boy, Nolan Smith, I can't stop thinking about that kid who was riding on his shoulders, man, who will remember that probably for life. And you can see on your screen right now, as I turned the camera to follow the parade up South Penn Square, it will get back on the, I guess they'll turn. Where will they turn up there?
They say Akbar made it.
Akbar, there he is.
Come on up.
We're going to get Akbar on the show, everybody. Akbar has made it. What an unbelievable feat that was. But that was such a great scene there of Nolan Smith with putting a kid on his shoulders. That kid will remember that moment for life. For life. And you can see the fans in front of me now who are trying to kind of scoot their way and maybe make it to the art museum. I do not anticipate that these fans will make it to the art museum, but maybe they will. Akbar is here. Let me flip my camera around and switch over so you guys can see what we're working with now here on JAKIB Sports. Appreciate everybody checking in. That's the parade who went by us. Akbar's looking fresh. He's got his Louis Vuitton shoes on. He's talking and flexing and stepping up here, and you see him in the background right now. I'll throw up the other thing on the screen. All right. Akbar, Akbeezy Fashizi, as he calls himself. He'll join us here on the show. I'm going to get Akbar up now. What's up, Akbar? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my man. I appreciate you coming out, brother. What a great moment, man. Take it all in for a second, Akbar. This is why we're fans of this team, man. Thousands, millions of Eagles fans here today as we broadcast you live from outside of City Hall. What a great moment. What an accomplishment for this football team. Slide to your left just a little bit, brother.
So this thing is crazy. Look, you said, I took it as a chance. It took for me to get out here, man, and I'm just glad that I made it, man. This is crazy. This is mad crazy.
It's unbelievable, man. By the way, it's great to meet you in person, man. All the talk we've done all year. What a great moment this is to be able to celebrate this with these fans. You missed it, Akbar. Nolan Smith comes up here, and he's drinking booze. He's all drunk, you can tell. His shirt's soaking wet. He's got short sleeves on. He takes a youngster from the crowd, puts him on his shoulders, and starts walking up South Penn Square with him on his shoulders. What a crazy moment this was. And this is why we're fans of this team, brother. This is what it's all about. This is this city where you grew up, I believe, right? You grew up in this city. This is what makes this city so great, brother. It really is.
I'm lost. I'm lost for words right now. I don't know what to say, but what I'm going to say is that you're right. This is great for the city. It's a long time coming. I was a young boy watching Randall Cunningham, watching Gang Green and all those teams not do shit, right? And now we on our second Super Bowl. And as you said, this is about to be what you call them, Johns?
A golden era, man. I
It's
think
a golden era, but it's definitely gonna it's definitely gonna be a dynasty, man.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
definitely gonna be a dynasty. Like, I'm just proud of the team. I'm proud of the city. You know, everybody was nice. I thought I was gonna get hit in the head by saying excuse me so many goddamn times, but everybody just let me pass on by, man. And I got here, man. It took a whole lot, man.
It's great to have you here, brother. We can't thank you enough for being here. Over 2,000 strong watching us right now across the JAKIB Sports Network on all of our platforms, Akbar. I just want to give you a chance to, this season was a journey from top to bottom as the fans are now dispersing here at South Penn Square. But what a journey this season was. Jalen Hurts, what a journey he's been on. Nick Sirianni, what a journey they have been on. Just give me some comments on, it's everybody, but those two guys are specifically the dudes that stick out to me. Who's that? Cali baby? What's up, my brother? What's up, my man? There's Cali baby checking in on us right in front of us. So
That's what's
I love
up.
to see all the great
That's
JAKIB
what's up.
people here.
That's what's up.
But just your comments on Nick and Jalen, man, and what they've done for this team in this city.
I remember last season.
Turn face, yeah, there you go.
I remember last season when they lost the game, and he heard the guy say, "You're out of here, Nick.
Right.
Fuck out of here, Nick. You're out of here. You're gone, Nick." And then you see this, he kept. I mean, you seen all the stuff he was going through with the crowd, with the fans, screaming at the fans, and all the things that he go through, and being put out on the forefront like he was some sort of nut. And now you got to get his dude his props.
Absolutely.
You got to give him his props. He gave us a second chip. You know what I mean? And we did it in an awesome fashion. Defense was remarkable. You talk about Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts been benched at Alabama, your alma mater.
Yep.
He was benched during the championship game, right? He went through that. He's been called a 15-yard pass throwing quarterback. Everybody has to throw 4,000 yards. Everybody has to be like not Brady. Everybody has to be like any quarterback you want to name right now. I'm kind of like, I haven't got myself together yet, so I don't have my thoughts together all together like that right now. But I'm just saying, like, the road that they went on, it's amazing. I just missed him come through the float. Did Jalen come through on the float?
Yeah, Jalen came through on the float. I couldn't quite see him from where I was positioned. The only guy we really had a really good look at right here was Nolan, because he came over. I started working the camera because Nolan's over here picking people up, chugging brewskis. There's another one of JAKIB Nation checking in. Let me say what's up to my bro. I apologize to all. We lost audio there on the show. Let me check on what happened here. I think they have me through the computer now. They don't even have me through the roadcast again. We got tripped up. Sorry, everybody, on that with the coverage going on. A lot of stuff going on here, and we just lost the audio for a second. So I'm working on it. Give me a second. All right, give me a second, and I'll get back up with you guys here. All right, do you have me now? You should have me now in the audio now. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Trying to talk
Check,
to one of the
Check.
members.
Audio
I was looking
check.
for Jack Straw. Jack said he was coming from Slagger. I don't know who that is.
Audio check 1 2.
Good. Where's Bob at?
Back, you guys got me
Is
or what?
Bob from around here?
I can't tell if the people have
Yeah.
me or not.
Ah,
All right, everybody. I see you guys saying I got no audio. I'm aware. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody checking in. I think I'm back on audio now. I apologize for that. I was trying to explain to everybody. That was my mistake, okay, on the audio. I have all of our great people who I care very much about that I wanted to meet, and they're all coming up to say hi now because it's cleared out where we are. So I wanted to say hi to them, and I appreciate all of those guys. I still got Akbar with me. Akbar, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
Good,
I'm
man.
calming down
Yeah,
now.
there you go.
I'm
You got
calming
through
down,
everything.
man.
It's a big All right, I want to remind everybody right now. Hopefully, you can hear me. Well, they took our feed, they took our internet because we were using 6ABC, and they broke down their setup. So
I had
we are
to walk all
probably
the way
off
from
the air.
15th and
We are
Gerard,
probably
man.
off the air
They-
right now.
they
So
closed
thanks,
the
everybody.
sub.
Goodbye.
They ain't open it up